to go. Don't go to bed. Yeah, don't go to bed. Stay with me, baby. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to bed. Don't go to bed. You don't have to go. Stay with me, baby. Don't go to bed. You don't have to go to bed. Right here, right here.
Well, good evening, babies, and welcome to episode 4 of Don't Go to Bed with the Dollar Bin Darlings. Where's episodes 1 to 3, I hear you ask? Well, they happened live at the Bearded Tit some years ago, and this is the first time that we've got the whole gang back together to make Sydney's favourite analog fake TV talk show happen again. The whole thing is held together with cardboard, a bit of sticky tape, and imagination. I am your host, Auntie Johnny, and we made this show as a kind of love letter to Sydney. Look, you might have noticed Sydney's changed quite significantly over the past few years, and more significantly in the last couple of months. It looks like things are empty. People are saying that it's the end of the world, but I refuse to believe that it is the end of the world. I think the streets are empty. I think the train stations are empty. The stores are closed because we love people that we haven't met yet, where this whole effort of locking in is a way that we're keeping people that we don't even know safe. So, as an expression of love, we have made this show to beam directly into your living rooms live here at Griffin Theater, where in the offices we've got guests appearing from all over Australia, beaming from their living room to yours. We are keeping the distancing social. We need to respect the elders of the land on which we make this show, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I'm so sorry, I'm being distracted because everything is vibrating on my desk. I shouldn't have left my phone on. We respect the traditional custodians of the land. We respect the elders past, present, and forthcoming. And that is where we're making the show from. We're beaming the show literally all over the world. I mean, onto the internet. Who's gonna watch it? I don't know. This may be the best, worst idea that Griffin has ever approved. I apologize in advance, but also say you're welcome. This is a part of the Lock-In project. Beautiful Declan Green is the artistic director of Griffin Theater Company, and this is one of his first initiatives. And I think that it's absolutely amazing. Tomorrow night, Rachel Fong has a show called Thirsty. Last night, if you caught Harriet Gillies' show, whew, what a piece of art. This show is not a piece of art. It is the most ridiculous talk show you've never seen before. Welcome to That's Not Disco. Welcome to Don't Go to Bed with the Dollar Bin Darlings. I would now like to introduce my co-host this evening. You might recognize her as her alter ego, Captain Sparkles, or as misinformation from another Dollar Bin Darlings show called Disco Conversion Therapy, which might sound like I'm just plugging other shows while I'm at it. She's also been the co-host of every other episode of Don't Go to Bed. Please welcome with me the one, the only, Michaela Westall.
I'm so excited, Johnny. I have finally left the physical mortal realm and I am now in a TV.
Michaela, you look so beautiful in that little tiny television.
Thank you. It's actually very roomy in here. I've got everything I need. I'm so pumped to be here and hello to everyone. Thank you so much for locking in with us tonight. We are very excited, aren't we, Johnny?
Oh, like, I can't tell you how excited I am. And
I can't
initially,
believe it.
so like we, Michaela and I, like we made this show together and it was only ever performed at the Bearded Tit.
That's
and
right.
When we had the idea of putting it on the internet, we thought, well, it's going to lose some of its magic. But then one of the beautiful people here at Griffin Theater actually gave me this board where I can make sounds. So
Great.
that's a little fart sound. And I've got a...
Just so you know, Johnny, with great power comes great responsibility. But we'll see how that goes for the rest of the show. Oh my gosh.
Michaela, how have you been entertaining yourself in in?
Like, thanks for asking. I think my time in isolation is a lot like most people's. Like, some days I am making gnocchi, I'm painting the beehive, I am doing yoga.
Sorry, I'm just going to have to stop you right there.
Sure.
Did you just say that you've been painting your beehive?
Yes, I have.
Is this a euphemism
It
I
is
haven't heard yet?
Not a euphemism. I'm a beekeeper, but I guess also I've been masturbating a lot, as
No.
the rest of us have been.
I didn't think that Paint the Beehive was going to be a masturbation one. I thought that it meant like you're cleaning up, like having crabs, like Lysil clear.
Right, like a big paintbrush in a like thing of tar, and just sure. That could actually mean that, I don't know. But other
you're
days...
as glamorous as a sex worker in the 18th century.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you so much. Let me just take a drink to that. Other days I have literally been lying on the couch listening to a rat nor a hole in my wall. But I have... Yeah, no, we don't need to dwell on that. But I have really enjoyed the lengths that people are going to entertain themselves and to share those ideas with everyone else. So I wanted to start the show off with my kind of like Rove Live What The segment. I'm calling it Keeping Up with the Covidashians.
Don't go to bed.
Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, so keeping up with the Covidashians, I've found some excellent things on the internet. My favourite is a Facebook event, a group that I have stumbled upon, which is basically a bunch of people pretending to be part of an ant colony. As you can see, that we've got a bit of a hater. Look, someone help me lift the Pringle. And then the comments are basically just like, lift, lift, lift. They're really getting into this.
So, hang on, the whole thing is that they're in a group chat pretending to be ants?
Johnny, I don't know how more clearly I can say it. It's a bunch of ants on Facebook. The best thing, earlier there was one of the photos before, some guy being like, what the heck is this group? And everyone's like, intruder, bite, bite, bite. So I really like that.
That's like when sometimes I've been invited to come and DJ at like some real dude bro venues,
Sure.
and on the way in they're like, who the fuck is this
Yeah,
fruit?
they can smell your pheromones.
But by the end, they're dancing on the dance floor.
Well, that's a credit to you, Johnny. Another thing I really like is this next gentleman who has basically been indecently, exposing himself to the TV. I know how that feels. That's a cute one. That's just fun. That's harmless. I guess if you can't go out and show people your doodle in public.
I don't think you should be.
No, you shouldn't ever be. This is the beautiful way, and I guess there's a silver lining to every situation.
I quite like his headband.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Another thing, fruit surgery is really big. I guess because the hospitals aren't doing any elective surgeries. We can see right here an orange C-section, and I'm proud to say that Mum and Bubs are doing well.
Can we get a little zoom in
let's-
on one of those oranges?
I mean,
Because this is actually something that's quite close to my heart. If you're watching at home and seeing this and you have an orange, go and get an orange now. I'm not suggesting that you...
don't cut it up yet.
Don't cut it up yet.
But look at that beautiful stitching. I don't know if there's any doctors or nurses or seamstresses watching. Shout out to you guys. Let us know in the comments what you think of that beautiful stitch work. I'd love to know.
I've got... Oh my God, I can't even with the ant colony. I think...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, join it. It's quite a grueling process. I haven't been accepted to the group yet, but fingers crossed. And then, okay, so there's a strawberry that has been de-seeded for those picky eaters in your family. I'm sure that also takes up quite a lot of your day, so that's a plus. And then, my absolute favourite has been a series of works by two incredible performers, Patrick Whitbread and Joel Granger, who are basically recreating iconic movie scenes. And I've got one to show you here today. It is a scene from The Notebook. And look, if you want to look them up later, that's their Insta. Can you see that?
No. Can you
Sorry,
read it to us?
I'm a bit of an old-fashioned TV. It's hard to see. So it's at P Whitbread and at Joel Granger _.
Gorgeous.
All right, here's The Notebook. Check it out.
Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years and now it's too late. I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year. You wrote me? Yes. It wasn't over. Still isn't over.
Honestly, the crowd's going wild. Life finds a way, art finds a way. Shout outs to those two. And that was keeping up with the COVID-Ashians.
Thank you so much, Michaela. Beautiful. So, I forgot to announce that we have so many incredible guests here this evening.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
Michaela, you don't need to swear.
Sorry.
I mean, it is pretty fucking exciting though.
I agree.
Our next guest is the undisputed queen of the Australian fringe scene, which sounds like a compliment until you think about it. You can find her nursing a pint of red wine after a show. She's very funny, she's very classy, she's in Melbourne, she was free, and that's how we got her. Please welcome our foreign correspondent, BRON BATTEN.
Don't go to bed.
Hello, sweet baby BRON.
Hello, Johnny. You're coming in loud and clear from down here in Melbourne. Lovely to see you.
It's good to see you too. I don't know if everyone else could, but I could hear you like chewing something and maybe talking to someone. It's not a cooking segment, BRON. This is foreign correspondent. Now,
Sorry, Johnny.
we're in Sydney. We're locked off from the southern states of Melbourne, Victoria. I'm just wanting to know what the mood is, what are people doing, how are you feeling, how are you enjoying this beautiful COVID vacation?
I'm having a great time, Johnny. You know, down here in Melbourne, we're baking a lot of sourdough. We're making jam. We're really just we've gone analog, as Melbourne is wont to do.
You know how I feel about analog. As long as it doesn't resemble Handmaid's Tale. Like, I was thinking this whole period there should be a drama called The Hand Washer's Tale made about it. But you've gone a bit puritanical.
Well, yeah, people are still being arrested for driving around, but, you know, we'll get over that, I think.
Yeah, and so you say we. Who has been making jams and sourdough?
Just me. I've started to refer to myself as a we, just to make myself feel like I have more people around me. So I go, what are we going to do today? This makes me feel like I've got a pandemic posse, apart from it just being by myself.
Now, what weird things have you learnt about yourself in isolation?
What weird things have I learnt about myself? That after a lifetime of thinking I was a nighttime person, turns out I'm a morning person. That was a shock.
And what do you do in the morning?
I get up, which I never used to do. So that came as a surprise to me too.
Are you drinking less?
Next question.
I gave you a fart sound. Hang on. Make a bat. Tell a bad.
I can do those on my own. I'm having plenty of roughage.
Yeah, tell a bad joke. Tell a dad joke.
What do you call a dry parrot?
I don't know.
Polyunsaturated. No, wait. I messed that up, Johnny. What do you call a parrot with an umbrella? You put me on the spot. I don't tell jokes. Come on.
BRON, where are you?
I'm just at home, Johnny. Just at home.
No, what's that behind you?
It's nothing. I'm just having a slight checkup at home.
Are you getting a tattoo?
No, I just called the doctor in charge on call,
dude.
and I just need to take this.
Where are you?
Give me a sec.
You're at the hospital?
It's not exactly a hospital. It's sort of like a hospital, but not exactly.
Thank you so much for taking the call and still making time to be part of this. Are you all right? Are you an emergency?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's 36.3.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Is that normal?
It's good.
Okay, good.
What's the bad one? Have you got it?
So I don't have it. I don't have it. They did the test.
If
I've
we need to
taken my
cut to a
temperature.
commercial break, just tell me. We can do it. We've got commercials.
It's fine. I might have a slight part-time job at the moment. That's sort of what I'm up to. It's more like a full-time. It's a 24/7 job, really. Don't be alarmed, Johnny. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm just earning some extra money. That's all.
What are you doing?
I'm taking a very safe experimental drug that's never been tested on humans before. There's no need to worry. Still normal? Still normal, still 36.3. And I'm just being financially compensated
Bron,
for things like my blood and my urine. So I feel like that's a normal response
hang on.
to the situation that we're all in, Johnny.
Stop,
Really,
stop.
It's completely normal.
Bronny, you're doing medical testing?
Yeah, yes.
What is going on for you right now?
Look, I think we all know that times are tough at the moment, particularly for artists, and so we have to make money by any means possible. And I've decided that to use what's at my disposal, namely, my blood and my urine, to do that.
Okay, so you're on a sorry, this is really full on.
I think it's a normal response to an unprecedented situation.
Okay, so
I
you're up for medical testing, and they're testing drugs on you, and your situation has brought you to the point where you now need to be up. I don't like to use selling your body because I'm a feminist, and I know that that's not what that means, but I feel like you were literally selling your body.
It's my body, Johnny. It's my body, my choice. So,
What?
I can sell its fluids if I want to.
You can. And good for you, girl.
Thank you.
I feel like this has gotten really dark, and I don't know how to get out of this.
Okay, you could cut to a commercial.
We could cut to
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, Johnny, but
I would actually love it if you told me how to do your job. Bronny, are you hang on, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm fascinated. How long have you been doing this? Is this a thing where you go home and you then go to the hospital, or do you now live in a hospital? Are you Bubble Boy?
I've been living in the hospital for 10 days, and I'll be here for another 7 days.
And what are the people like?
The people are great.
Who else is there?
Doctors and other people with lots of access to financial recompense.
Is there a way to be PC about this? Are we allowed to say that you're a lab rat?
I prefer guinea pig,
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're guinea piggying?
Guinea piggying.
Is that a pronoun on your email now?
I also
She,
feel
her
like
guinea pig?
I'm providing a community service, Johnny.
You are.
I'm making the world a healthier, safer place.
Is it a lot of backpackers in there?
Yeah, heaps. Like, so many.
Is it grim, or is the mood light?
No, I've got this fluorescent ambient light, and I have this cubicle, and this blood pressure cuff, and I'm fine. I'm so fine.
I can't handle this. Are you pretending like you were at the beginning?
I don't know. I don't really do acting, so I suppose this is how I feel.
Well, I'm having a drink for you.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it. And when I can drink alcohol again in approximately 7 days, I'll have a drink for you too.
And this is why you're a morning person.
Yep.
Are you making a show about this?
I don't know in my life what's creative research and what's my life, so potentially.
Beautiful. Well, look, that's the gong. We've got to go.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Johnny. It's been a pleasure. I have to go and do another blood test now, so I'll just...
Just so you know, someone has said, Grace Nye Butler, on stage dating, legend. They love you.
That's very nice. Look at me now. The heights.
You don't tell me, the COVID has affected you. You were on your way to Edinburgh, and you were going to be doing some things. How can people support your work?
You could, I don't know. You could follow me on Instagram, and when I do a show again, you could come and see it.
Bron,
that
you're an
would be
amazing
good.
performer. I've enjoyed the 2 shows of yours that I've seen so much. Waterloo and On Stage Dating. You were a champion. Bron and I met, we were sharing a dressing room at the Blue Room Theatre in Perth earlier on this year.
We were.
And we were looking forward to doing so many more festivals together. Unfortunately, that got cancelled. But
well, we'll be able to stumble home together and via KFC again one day, Johnny. I hope.
Look at us now. I'm
Look
hosting a
at
TV
us.
show and
Look at
you're
us.
a guinea pig. Love you, Bron. Thank you, baby.
Love from Melbourne.
Oh my goodness.
That was a bit more full on than I thought it was going to be.
Gonna have a drink for her. That was incredible. The chat line was going off as well. A few people asking how to sign up for medical testing.
I don't think that you should do that.
Yeah, maybe it's maybe not a good idea. Also seen a couple of ants join the chat. A few people posting bite. So thanks for that. Thanks for that support.
Oh, babies. So listen, I feel a little bit sick currently.
Yeah.
And I just need to get rid of some negative energy.
Sure,
It
let it
starts
out.
with this elevator music, but it finishes with a new segment that we have called This Is What's Bad About That.
Don't go to bed.
This Is What's Bad About That is a new segment for the show.
Don't go to bed. Don't go to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. I'm gonna keep trying to pad technical
Just
issues.
press the buttons.
Yeah. Do you want to
that's
see
it.
what else I've got? Okay. This is what's bad about that. This is where we purge ourselves. You can send us in topics right now, and live we're going to discuss what's bad about them.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of topics that were already sent in.
I've got one for you, Johnny.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Rice.
Rice. It's small and there's too many of them. Next. What's wrong with foreign films, Michaela?
Look, nothing per se, except for the fact that when I was a kid, I went to see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Didn't bring my glasses. Couldn't see a thing. Couldn't read a thing.
I'll tell you what's wrong with foreign films.
What?
I can't read good.
That's bad.
Also, I am sick of foreign films exploring the difference between sexy nudity and bad nudity. I only want to know about the former, not the latter. Just because you're wearing a jumper, but I can see your dick, doesn't mean you're wearing anything. Michaela.
Yes.
Bath mats.
Bath mats. Don't even get me started. They're weirdly always wet. Even if you hang them up.
I don't wash my bath mat nearly enough.
Petri dish.
This
Yeah.
might be what's wrong with me. We've got sequin dresses.
Oh, I'm wearing sequins right now.
They're too heavy and they shed over Ubers.
They hurt a bit as well.
They do hurt
Yeah.
a bit, but I love them. They are my mother, but I love them.
Okay, I've got one for you, Johnny.
Please.
Easter.
Don't get me started on Easter. Easter has got the worst creative management ever. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know when it should be.
What are its colours? I don't know. How do I decorate for it?
Easter needs a big corporate to get on board to manage the look of that thing. You've got Easter ducks, the Easter bilby, the Easter bunny. The bunny, I understand. We grew up with that. But don't be adding in all the farmyard
There's
animals.
some chickies. Also, here's another thing. While I'm sitting eating my Easter eggs, I don't want to be looking up at some ripped guy on a cross, making me feel bad about myself.
I
you
mean,
know?
what do they have against maths?
Yeah.
He's on a big plus symbol. Here's my other thing about Easter.
Yeah.
Really, they're saying that the villain of the piece is Judas. I feel bad for Judas. Clearly the man was in love with the Lord and Savior, And Jesus wasn't reciprocating the love, so he had to get rid of him. Jesus was like, oh, sorry, bro, it's not like that. And then Judas was like, don't call me bro. And then went and found the Roman centurions to get rid of him.
It's very relatable. It's a very relatable story. Here's one for
It's
you.
a crime of passion.
Sourdough.
Ugh, tastes too sour.
And it's very difficult. What about housemates?
Housemates? I love my housemate too much.
Oh gosh, we're not very good at being negative, Johnny.
They're saying, don't you say a bad word about digestives.
Yeah, Furbies.
Furbies. Furbies are the creepiest fucking thing since children themselves. Furbies singing that
like
little
them.
do song. They are the thing of nightmares. They're the troll doll reinvented. I hate Furbies.
I once saw a guy who made an organ, like the instrument, out of Furbies.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate his mother and his grandmother.
Yeah.
Disco.
Oh, I don't.
John Travolta with his finger in the air, people thinking that wearing flares or an afro wig are cool.
Yeah.
They are not cool. And that's all we have time for. This is what's bad about that.
Wow. All right, enough negativity.
I feel better.
Yeah, I do too.
We're gonna cut to a commercial break. After this commercial break, we are going to be joined by the one and only Clementine Ford. And the segment for Clementine, essentially, we're going to be challenging her to do different things. If you have a challenge that you would like Clementine to do, please type it in on the YouTube and we will curate them and pick the best one for Clementine to do. Otherwise, babies, here's a word from our sponsor. Click. Tap, tap, tap. No, I'm feeling lucky. Four pillars. That does look good. I'll get some myself. Glug, 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 glug.
Are you gothic and spooky, but still feel plucky? Boy, have we got a treat for you. New Huxley Baby Alive. Pothead Baby. Huxley Baby Alive, with its ooky gothic look, will scare away other babies and parents. Perfect for when you want an isolated walk or haunting. You and Huxley Baby Alive can hit the bottle together. Huxley Baby Alive never pukes. You and Huxley Baby Alive will look dance floor ready day or night. Huxley Baby Alive has no teeth. Pram and nipples sold separately. Batteries not included. Huxley Baby Alive. Available now.
Hey there. Wow, some
Welcome
great,
back.
great products there. I just ordered one of those Baby Alives.
Cut it out. Cut it out. I said cut it out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Welcome back. I need to make a special mention of the HUXLEYS, who have sent us in 3 gorgeous brand new videos for us to use tonight. I am so grateful. The beautiful baby HUXLEYs. They're so gorgeous,
Great
aren't
product. Great product.
All right, Michaela, I'm
Yeah.
going to introduce our next guest.
Please do.
I'm very excited.
So am I.
Our next guest has been cooking up a storm this COVID period. She is a queer icon, and what Wuhan is to COVID, she is to third wave feminism in Australia. Can someone get this woman a Nobel Prize already? It's my friend and yours, the illustrious Clementine Ford.
Yeah! Oh my
I love how
gosh!
you put me back in the middle of...
Clementine, you look
Typical.
incredible, firstly.
Oh, I'm wearing my my fancy new jacket, and
Oh.
look, I got it made in this local designer, Glitter is a Neutral, and look what she stitched in the back.
Ooh. Hardline feminist.
Hardline feminist.
What is
Hardline
a,
feminist. That is right, my friends.
what is a
Hardline.
hardline feminist? Is there such thing as a softline feminist?
Well, the hardline feminist is what the Daily Mail likes to call me.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they're they love feminism over at the Daily Mail.
Thanks for the
The one
cool
thing I will say
nickname.
about them is they always use the prettiest photos from Instagram.
Great.
That is good of them.
And now you got your fancy jacket.
The Daily Mail, never heard of it. I assume it's spelled M-A-L-E.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically all media, isn't it?
Sounds good.
Clementine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for asking me. I feel thrilled. I have a child. I never get to do anything fun.
I feel so nervous about how this is going to go. But you were up for a very new segment that we've just invented to have you on the show. This segment is called Challenging Women. We got a title card for that?
We
should.
did have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Challenging Women.
Challenging Women with Clementine Ford.
We are going to keep checking in with you over the course of the evening. This is happening in real time. People are sending in comments on YouTube to challenge you to do different things.
God.
Do 30 seconds makeup without a mirror, or do a yoga pose and sing the last song that you heard on your iPod.
Okay.
Right.
What I would like, I think we've got...
I think we've got a good one to start with.
Hang on. Before we get to the challenges, how have you been entertaining yourself during this gorgeous COVID vacation?
Cooking a lot, and I started making very ranty feminist kitchen lectures, which, you know, is hugely popular. Of course, I expect a television show any day now.
Oh, we're loving it.
And because I made you a playlist one night, and I think that it was actually the background music for maybe one of the most intense ones. What was happening
And I would
for
say
you?
that was where I started to segue into returning to feminist commentary. Yeah.
So
It was a good playlist, though. I felt bad that you'd made such a beautiful, loving playlist for me, and I essentially used it to destroy a man.
No, it's good.
No, I
Lull
felt-
them into a false sense of security with some disco and then hit them with the feminism.
I was also flattered to be a part of it. I felt like we were doing a co-production. Mm-hmm. Oh, Clementine's frozen, so I'm just going to play the elevator music
Or she's
until it
doing that
sorts out.
funny thing where you pretend to be frozen. That's actually one thing I've been doing on
My
Zoom meetings
internet,
a lot.
my internet died.
Oh,
She's back.
She's back.
We can get it back on
Everyone's
the...
zooming. They're zooming
Hang
all
on.
over the city.
It's all right, don't panic. I'm playing the elevator music.
Hey,
Everyone's having a bit of respite.
Welcome back.
Right, it's over.
Quick break.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Um,
It's just
Cle-
too much. There's too much happening on Zoom tonight.
That's true. Hey, Clem, have you been, have you learnt anything about yourself in isolation that you didn't know before? Something like a bit unexpected?
Oh gosh, I wish you'd asked me to prepare for that question so I could have spontaneously come up with a funny answer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Clementine, the whole show is held together
what have
with
I
sticky
learned?
tape. We don't pre-prepare.
We believe in you. Oh, no, she's
Really
pretending.
learning. It's more that it's been confirmed to me that I am a functioning alcoholic. So
And functioning is the bit we're going to focus on.
Keyword.
I like this.
Cheers. I
Cheers.
can't put my arm out any further than this, but
All right. Well,
you know.
I think that our first challenge for you, you've got. Here are the rules. We're going to give you the challenge,
Right.
and then we're going to come back to you when we want to see you put it together. Okay. Your challenge this time round is to make your own version of a quarantini, which is a lockdown drink that you have to assemble out of things that you've found rather than things that you wanted to have found.
So can we be clear? This can be revolting.
Oh yeah, but you will have to have a little taste to let us know how it is.
Yeah, you'll have to drink it, but like you're also talking to the son of a woman whose Christmas time drink is Baileys and Milo. I mean, I can literally watch anyone drink anything.
Look, I'm going to throw this out there. You keep mentioning that, Johnny, and I don't think that sounds that bad. Oh God! Oh, it's too small.
I'm going to say, look, I'm with you. I think that Baileys and Milo sounds
That's pretty good. Hey, maybe it'll go in the quarantini.
All right. Well, you've got 15 minutes to assemble your ingredients.
Yep, and we'll come back and we'll see a live segment.
So you want me to make it for you?
Yeah.
Yes,
live,
please.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need
good.
to fill up the time.
And we're going to check
We need
back
some
in
content.
on you in 15 minutes. Babies, please thank Clementine Ford. Get rid of her. Get rid of her.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So, this show is a love letter to Sydney. I am a Sydney loyalist. I believe in Sydney. During the lockdown laws, there was a mass exodus of creatives going to Melbourne, but I tried and Melbourne didn't want me, so I came back and decided I was a loyalist. This next segment is about the importance of Sydney's nightlife, Sydney's culture, Sydney creatives, and really at the wheel of it all is a dear friend of mine, but I'm not going to say too much about that. But this is a new segment of ours that Michaela's going to be hosting called My Sydney's Keeper.
Don't go to bed.
Yeah, good cut.
Don't go to bed.
Hello! Oh my gosh. Hello, guys. I just want to introduce our guest right now. He is the director of Keep Sydney Open, ex-producer of Rage and big-time DJ. Please welcome Sydney's staunchest loyalist. It's Tyson Co. Hi.
Hey, Michaela, how are you?
I'm so good. It's great to meet you.
It's amazing to be here. I know, and through this virtual medium as well, it's quite amazing. By the way, I wouldn't necessarily describe myself as a big-time DJ. I would say I moonlight as a DJ.
I read it on your LinkedIn, so so you might need to look at your publicist on that. But hey, you're looking great. I love the outfit.
You. Yeah, I'm kind of matching a little bit with Clementine. I think we had the same idea. Let's go a bit fabby at home.
Yeah.
So,
hey, how's ISO life treating you?
Look, honestly, not too bad, I think. Eating well. I'm broadcasting to you live from Darlington, and all is pretty well here. There's always been like a really nice community vibe, but you can still kind of feel, people on their balconies. It's really lovely. The kids playing at a safe social distance in the park just outside on Abercrombie Street. Obviously there's been some huge adjustments that we've had to make, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you're painting a quite a utopian picture out there in Darlington. Hey, look, just as my first question is just a little bit of background for anyone who doesn't know you. Do you mind just talking a little bit about what is Keep Sydney Open and where did it start?
Yeah, well, look, Keep Sydney Open, it feels like forever ago because it happened at the start of the lockout laws when that was first coming into legislation in Sydney. And very early on, I guess like there are a lot of people that were really upset about that. They knew what kind of effect the laws would have on everything, everything from our pride in the city and obviously our nightlife, but also small businesses culturally, economically, and the jobs and the music scene. So, I think Keep Sydney Open, it wasn't necessarily the first, but it was the first one to really shoot through in terms of being a major voice for all of those disaffected people and groups. And so, yeah, look, that was in 2014, and the laws just got repealed in January this year. And then what's happened now, obviously we're in lockdown instead of a lockout.
We're locked in.
Yeah, I mean, like now we're facing a whole new set of challenges.
Well, that's right. I mean, you can't bloody catch a break, can you? But like, I want to talk about what is it about a city and having a healthy nightlife that you think is important?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, nighttime is the right time.
It's half the time, isn't it?
No, I just think it's really important because, you know, I mean, legitimately, there are people who are night owls. There are people that feel more comfortable with expressing themselves at nighttime. And, you know, I mean, ultimately during the day, I mean, most people work, not everyone, but like a good 95% of the population, or at least before COVID, are working. So you're working 9 to 5, and then usually by the end of the day, you're pretty buggered, and then, you know, you've got a bit of time to wind down. So what is the time that you have to spend with friends? What's the time that you have to spend engaging with theatre and with live music and dancing? I mean, it is the nighttime. So to shut essentially half of the 24-hour cycle down, I think, yeah, ultimately you're selling the city short. And Sydney was a city that had a 24-hour culture that was pretty pumping and known all over the world. You know, particularly around Mardi Gras time, you get a lot of people from the queer community all over the world come to Sydney, not just for Mardi Gras and the parade, but for the weeks leading up to that. And then that kind of magic started becoming lost. And so, yeah, look, I think nighttime is really important to any major city.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're in this situation where we can't go out, even if we wanted to, even though these laws have been repealed. What can we as Sydney-siders, and I guess this does extend to anyone else out there in their community, do right now to help preserve that kind of nightlife culture?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's really that much that we can do. I mean, I've thought about this a lot, and obviously I think, you know, if there's anything that pops up, particularly not necessarily for the industry as a whole, but the corners of the industry that you supported. So, for example, if you went to a bar, was your favorite bar to go to after work or on the weekend, and they're offering some kind of, you know, I don't know, like a cocktail delivery service or something like that, take them up on that. You know, I mean, they're doing it because they want to keep their doors open, because they want to keep paying their staff. So I guess if you ever see an opportunity for something like an online streaming event where you can donate to support your favorite DJs, then do that. Don't pike out on that. And and same with the small businesses, because a lot of your favorite cafes and restaurants are still doing takeaway services. And even though, yes, obviously we are discovering our inner baker, but I think it is also really important to support those businesses that are hoping to make it through to the other side of all of this.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, what else have we got to do, really, as well? Hey, Tyson, have you like been involved in anything or seen anything that's kind of really encouraged or felt encouraging to you about the kind of enduring nature of these kind of like music and art scenes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was the, you know, there's been quite a few online events and the ISO fests that happened quite early on. And I think, you know, I was part of quite a few conversations that particularly within the music sector, but also within the arts sector as well. And I think they got onto it really early in terms of advocating for more support. We're still not there. And there's a lot of workers who are creatives and also even non-creatives who are just casually employed, who are slipping through the cracks that aren't eligible for things like JobKeeper. And I think like that's a real problem. But I think like there has been a lot of community work trying to support those people that our governments won't necessarily support. And I think that's really amazing. There's quite a few initiatives that have been popping up for people to support each other, and also the government. I think you know, they haven't been perfect by any stretch, but they have been, I guess, doing what they can, and there are some things happening, at least that I know of, at a state level. So, for example, there is a recovery package consultation group that we're part of, and lots of other organisations too. So we're all still just trying to figure this all out.
Yeah.
Look, I just think that spirit of people wanting to make it through and make it through together is just really beautiful to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Bang that gong.
Tyson, that is a sound. Basically, Johnny, he's got a soundboard in front of him, and he's got a bunch of questions to ask you. But before we go to Johnny, he's got some quick fire questions to ask you. I just have one more thing to ask you, and it's kind of about what song are you going to play on the dance floor that first night when we all get to go back out?
Oh God,
I know, tough one.
The first song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that I wasn't pre-asked, so I haven't thought of anything. But God, I mean, like, you know, in the history of music, my God. I guess I don't know, probably like a 90s Cher song, Strong Enough, maybe.
That's fab. I love that.
Will that do?
Oh, of course. Hey, it's your DJ set. Hey, we're gonna get Johnny in on this. He's got some quick fire questions to ask you. But thank you so much for that chat. It's very awesome to talk to you. Johnny,
Likewise.
have you got some questions for Tyson? Oh, there we go. He's serious.
Tyson, this is a very serious rapid fire question round. First thought is best thought. Do not overthink it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let the questions begin. Where is your robe from?
I got it from Sea Splashback.
Does it have a name?
Not yet. But
Can I name it?
Very soon.
Can I name it?
Please.
Linda.
Great.
Sunrise.
I'm wearing Linda the robe.
Sunrise Festival banger. What is it?
Maybe Calling Out Your Name.
Good choice. Best way to partay at home?
I think definitely with the lights down low and trying to pick up that heart rate as much as possible, running on the spot.
So you've just described a party. What is the best way to party at home? First bar you'll hit when this is all over.
Best what, sorry?
First bar you'll hit when this is all over.
Bar you'll hit? What's that?
Bar you will hit.
Oh, bar that I'll hit. Good question. I don't know.
We're running out of time.
Fritters, let's say fritters. Yeah.
Fritters. If Sydney and Melbourne were fruits, what fruits would they be?
Definitely apples and oranges.
Which is which?
I reckon Melbourne's the apple.
What's in the COVID is over cocktail when this is all over?
COVID cocktail. Well, probably some 4 Pillars gin. Am I right?
You are right. Oh, poor Toms. They're my friends too. What is your favourite Sydney institutional party?
Oh, gosh. Kooky.
Amen. Babies, this has been Rapid Fire Questions with Tyson Coe. Baby, please give this man a round of applause.
Thank you. That was stressful.
Fun is stressful, Tyson. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you, baby. All right, so 10 questions with Johnny. We've got to go back to Clementine Ford to see how she is going with the challenge of making the quarantini. Clementine, have we got you on the line? Oh,
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent. I'm feeling pretty confident about this.
I'm sorry, you look
but having
delicious.
said that,
This is incredible.
You
having
look
said that,
so nice.
I will literally drink anything. So
Great.
I've gone through my cupboards. I found vodka. I'm going to start with, this is a cinnamon vodka.
Ooh.
So I'm going to free pour, and you know what? I don't have a cocktail shaker, but I live in Melbourne, so I'm just going to use a jar because that's how we do things here. I'm just going to free pour, put a bit more in there. I've got a bit of cordial, some
Okay,
lemon
what
lime
flavour? Oh,
bitters
lemon
cordial.
lime
I'll pop a
bitters, good.
splash in there. Oh look, I've got some more vodka, different brand. So
Great.
mix that in there too.
So this
Put
is
another dollop.
1 part
Yeah,
cinnamon
that's it.
vodka, 1 part regular vodka.
That's it.
I mean, are we talking one
Writing
part or
this
3
down.
parts?
Are you writing this down? God
I'm gonna
damn
put
it,
some
Dennis.
lemonade in there too.
Some lemonade?
Controversial lemon cordial and some lemonade, but you know, why not? Why
Yeah.
not?
This is
I'm the
your
boss of me.
this is your quarantini.
But you know what? Just because you're having a quarantini time at home doesn't mean that you should go crazy and not be healthy. So I'm going to put some zinc in there. It's important to
Is
make
it-
sure that we keep up.
Oh, okay, not the
Our,
zinc, not the zinc
our
that you put on
vitamins.
to play cricket.
Okay.
A fizzy zinc.
Probably need some echinacea as well. So let's
Sure.
chuck some echinacea in there too.
Get those vitamins in.
There we go.
I feel like
I'd
this
hate
is...
for anyone to think that I was, or to say that I was promoting, you know, irresponsible drinking. So
I
Absolutely.
feel
pop
like
your
this
vitamins
is the
in there
sort of
too.
drink that you should also have a Panadol with.
Yeah. Right before you go to bed.
And I've got a lemon. So
Why
you
wouldn't
Oh,
you?
look
know,
at
it's
that.
important to have a little bit of garnish.
Get the
as
zest
well.
out
So
in there.
be helpful if I could cut the garnish. But yeah, you know, just I think when you're making a cocktail like this, you know, you don't have to go overboard. You just want to stay classy.
Yeah.
So you've
gonna
essentially
put
made a
Put that.
mojito without mint.
Well, I'm not quite finished yet.
Also,
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure mojitos with rum,
I did
Johnny.
find some like old saggy mint in the bottom of the fridge.
Ooh,
So
that looks good.
Great. Now it's a mosquito.
if you do that, this is a little hack. If you just do that between your hands, you can claim that you've crushed the mint. You know,
But
so you just
don't make this drink
pop
for
it in the
someone
top
else.
there for a bit of a garnish.
And Clem, can I ask, is this totally without rocks? Have you put any ice in there, or are we just going room temp quarantine?
I don't have any ice.
Fab.
You know?
I
Fab.
love
Yeah.
me
I'm
a
just-
tepid quarantine.
Yeah, I'm just going to write this
Um,
down.
So just to recap, so we've got 1 part cinnamon vodka
Mm-hmm.
in there, bit of Bickford's lemon lime cordial,
Great.
and then I added a splash more vodka
Um,
from a different bottle. So it is like a mix.
Clementine, if I can jump in, someone wants to know where the cinnamon vodka's from.
It's a very fancy brand called Smirnoff.
Smirnoff.
Oh, I'll
I
remember
believe
to
I got
not
it
go
from
there.
a purveyor of fine liquors named Dan Murphy.
But who are they licking?
So then I cut that in. Don't forget your echinacea, your boost echinacea,
Boost.
and zinc as well, because zinc is essential in the fight against the coronavirus. A bit of saggy mint at the bottom of the fridge,
Ooh.
some lemon peel for the
Sounds
garnish,
great.
and this is the clincher. This is what you do to separate your quarantini from the rest.
Yeah.
Bit of rose petals.
Get out. You did not just have that lying around.
Look, it's quite a pink cocktail, so I'm just going to take a splash of.
Oh,
I don't know if I'll angle that down a bit so
yeah.
can you see?
That's. look
Yeah,
at
there we
that.
go. And then, you know what? Just to be really special, I'm going to get my my jade face roller out. I'm going to give it a little stir.
You-
It's important to take care of yourself in quarantine. It actually does look quite pretty. Like you
It
could be
does look
served-
pretty
someone
good.
could charge you $25 for this.
Oh,
Oh.
30.
Should I have a taste?
More then, please.
Hang on. I'm going to get my
Okay, here's the test here.
my environmentally responsible. Where is it? Come on. I'm on TV here. Here we go.
It's all right. We got music.
It's okay.
My straw.
Oh, your straw, very
A
good.
metal straw.
Oh, that is so Melbourne. Look at it in that jar.
You were going to save the world with that metal straw. Suspense.
Okay.
It's great. It's really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yay!
Oh, look at her face. She's loving every second of it.
Wait. Are they?
Fabulous.
Is
I
that?
tell you what, I've had worse things in my mouth.
Is
Have we all?
is it quite bitter? Is it quite sour?
It's actually extremely sweet.
Oh,
Very sweet.
Bit like you and
Very
me,
sweet.
huh, Michaela?
Oh, true.
And obviously, I'm sweet enough, so I don't need to have a lot of sugary things
Hey,
in my
when
diet,
life
you know.
gives you lemons, make whatever the fuck you just did.
Well, I'll be providing that recipe on my Instagram page if you'd like to tune in later.
Oh
Ah,
my gosh.
we
Okay,
would.
love a bit of cross.
What's my next
promotion.
challenge?
Okay, Clem, we
You've got a choice.
yeah.
You've got a choice.
Right.
Are you ready?
Okay, first
Yep.
one. You
Feminism
can-
is about choice, obviously.
That's exactly
what they want.
right.
Clearly. And you know, I don't want to be some sissy gendered guy telling you what to do.
I hate those sissy
Challenge me,
gender
Johnny.
guys.
Challenge me.
Okay, so either you can make a blanket fort in your living room, and we're talking like turrets, moats, maybe a dragon.
I just want this
Okay,
to be
but
the
might
most...
need a bit longer than 15 minutes for that.
No,
Yeah, you've got a bit
actually
longer.
You've got a bit longer. How long
Yeah.
has she got? You got about half an hour.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
So
I
you can
I
either make
structure something in
a
that time.
blanket fort, or you
I
can...
love how I'm just still drinking it.
Well, you should.
I'll probably finish it.
It's going to give you a bit of inspiration for the next part.
Or you can
Blanket fort or...
prepare to do drag makeup in 5 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
The choice
which
is
one,
yours.
Which one do you guys want me to do?
No.
I do already
no,
have
no.
some very nice makeup on, so
Yeah,
I have
you
to
look
like...
good.
This is about your
Butcher
choice. I'll give you this music to think about it.
I'm going to finish my drink.
And the answer is...
I'll do the drag makeup.
Okay.
Love it.
Challenging women. Challenging women.
challenging
I feel
women.
challenged by that.
Okay, Kate,
5 minutes.
We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Half an hour.
Thank you very much.
Oh, so hang on. So can I just... Sorry, can I just
God.
clarify? I do it in 5 minutes, in front of you, in 20 minutes. Right,
Correct.
gotcha.
You've got
Good.
20 minutes to get your affairs in order. I also would really
I'm
like
going to
you
be
to...
very drunk by then, by the
Yeah,
way.
great.
You need an original drag name
Please.
as well. I'm just going to add that in. You can... Would you like to be a drag king or queen?
I'll just... I
I've-
do watch a lot of Drag Race, so I feel more confident with that makeup.
Beautiful. I've got a couple of names for you. Ellen DeGenderless.
Mm-hmm.
My friends is Thirsty Alley.
That's a good
Oh, I like that one. That's good.
It's classy. And Danny Libido. They're your 3 characters that you can dress up as.
Oh, okay, right. I'm going to be Thirsty Alley.
All right.
Right.
Clementine, that's all the time we have for this segment.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you in a minute, baby. Please thank Clementine Ford.
She's a real chef. She's a real chemist. Wow.
All right, this is a very serious show. I'm actually pretty impressed with how well we've gotten, Michaela. How about you?
I think it's great. High five, Johnny.
Michaela, would you like an iced Vovo?
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, you just put it in the TV.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, it's now time for another new segment called You're Welcome.
Don't go to bed.
All right.
Wow.
So You're Welcome is a segment that I decided to make to help you live your best life. And the first thought that I had was that I need to figure out ways to save money, and I'm never going to listen to a qualified financial advisor. You know,
cost money.
They're boring, and they cost money. So I thought that a way that I could help you all save your money. Can we bring this in? This is serious. Can we bring this in? I don't care how.
Scooch in, guys.
Scooch in. We can't.
Maybe you guys get closer to your TVs.
Yeah, get closer. This is... No, down here. The way that I'm going to help you save your money is by ruining the plot twist to every show that's on Netflix currently.
Then you can just cancel your subscription.
Cancel your subscription. I'm also going to ruin the shows from Foxtel, from Stan.
Disney Plus.
I've watched them all. Ozark. Guess what? I thought about this, I wrote the segment, and it just made me feel bad. It made me feel guilty. It made me feel like I'd used my creative power for bad. So what I decided to do was not air this segment. And that's why this segment's called You're Welcome.
Don't go to bed.
Wow, you're a real giver,
I feel
Johnny.
like that was a bad segment.
You're a good Samaritan. That's okay. This is live. You guys can just edit that out after.
Yeah. How long's the delay? We can get rid of that bit, right? I had a bad idea. It happens. Ah, I've actually got a button here for fake laughter. That's my sister.
Wow.
Okay, so we're gonna. It's time for a commercial break. Another word for our sponsor. But before we go to our sponsor, after this commercial break, we're going to be playing a game called That's Not Disco. That's Not Disco is a don't go to bed institution of a
it's
game.
a classic.
If you would like to play this game, please get in contact on the YouTube, and our producer Emma will somehow get in contact with you. We've figured out how this works.
Look, I literally can't leave this TV, so
Okay.
they're sorting it out.
So, That's Not Disco.
Coming up next.
That's Not Disco is coming up next, right after this casual word from our sponsor.
Don't go to bed.
Click, click. Backspace, backspace. Click. Ooh. No, thank you. Click. Click. Backspace, 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 backspace. Click. Ooh. Click.
New Huxley Baby Alive Disco Koala. So real. Get ready for hours of fun for you and Huxley Baby Alive. You can hang out in playgrounds with Huxley Baby Alive. Huxley Baby Alive never cries, and you can leave them at home whenever you like. You'll never need to feed or change Huxley Baby Alive. Huxley Baby Alive comes with comfortable sequin suit. Adult costume sold separately. Batteries not included. Huxley Baby Alive. Available now.
Hey, Siri,
What you up to? I was just slipping into some DMs, you know me. What do you want?
who has the best buns in town?
So what?
Who has the best buns in town?
Say that for me again, darling. Sorry, I'm having trouble.
Who has the best buns in town? Best buns in town.
Backstreet Bakery, bitch! No, you! Stop it! Thank you. What a crowd of rebels they are! Don't you laugh! Don't you laugh! Our next segment is called That's Not Disco. This is an institution. We were worried when we were putting the show together. We didn't know how we were gonna get it all happening. We spoke to Andrew Bruce, the show's musical director. We spoke to the beautiful Charlie Davenport, and they figured it out all by themselves. I'm so excited. Babies, it's time for That's Not Disco.
Don't go to bed. Don't go to bed.
Oh, yes, that's right. We're back with That's Not Disco, your favourite game show and mine. So we've got two contestants on the line who were lucky enough to get in. Oh my gosh, okay. Whoa. Look at these two angels. Okay, it looks like I can see an Eliza Reilly. Hello there, girl.
Reporting for duty from Beer City. So excited to contribute
Whoa.
to the night.
Wow, what is that, a Hans Super Dry?
Fantastic question. It's actually a TUYS, TED, which stands
Ted.
for Extra Dry.
That is fantastic. Eliza, I'm so happy that you're getting into the spirit. How's isolation treating you?
It's absolutely been fantastic.
Yep.
I can fail without fear or obligation, guilt-free, getting back into my isolation station. It's where I needed to be, I think. Yeah.
Look at you go. That is fantastic. Chugging on a Teds. And up the top there, Shabbat Shalom, I can see Alana Sher. Hello.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, girl.
L'chaim.
Wow, L'chaim, you are looking fab as well. I'm loving the fancy background, unless you have come down with some sort of horrific skin affliction. In that case, are you okay?
I just ordered some off-brand Huxley wear, and this is what happened.
Oh gosh, that's what happens.
It's fine.
I'm on a fixed income, okay?
You're on
a fixed income.
Sure. I'm feeling that. And you have, how's your isolation treating you?
Oh, we've had some time.
Had some times. I can see that you've done the brave shave of your head.
Yeah, it wasn't a cry for help. It was more just, listening to the cry from within.
Well, you look fantastic. And thanks so much for tuning in. Now, the two of you, I'm going to explain this very briefly. We've basically got the amazing Charlie Davenport, who is going to be singing a bunch of pop songs that have been disco-fied. Now, ordinarily, we'd let you kind of buzz in, but that's a bit tricky on the Zoom. So what's going to happen is Charlie will sing the whole song, will come back to me, and then I will throw it out to one or two of you. If you don't get the answer right, then the floor's open for the other person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. If it didn't, fantastic. If it didn't, 1 point off. I don't care. Anyway, let's go to our amazing our songstress, Charlie Davenport. Is she there? Oh my gosh. Hello, Charlie.
Hello.
Oh, all right, Charlie. The crowd's loving it. Charlie, whenever you're ready with the first song, we would love to get started.
Great, let's go. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry, and I don't ever want to feel take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
Oh my gosh. We need to clap for that. The voice of an angel, Charlie Davenport. Okay, now watching the two of you, I feel like you might know what it is. I'm going to call on our first guest from Eliza. Do you think you know what it is?
I believe I do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it is the Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That is correct. 1 point to you.
How did you choose? How do we buzz in? Sorry.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you who gets to guess.
Oh, fantastic. Love this. Democracy.
Are we playing for anything, or is it just notoriety?
Now that you didn't get the question right, you're like, what's in this for me?
I'm drinking my last fancy gin from Tasmania.
We are sponsored by Four Pillars Gin. Look, I can't promise anything because I don't know how to get it to you. Maybe you win the respect of your peers. But we'll find out soon. Let's get over back to Charlie to find out what the next song is.
We have the chance, turn the pages over. We can ride what we wanna ride. We gotta make ends meet before we get much older. We're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other down the barrel of a gun? You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make
my gosh, incredible. I can see, I don't know if Eliza's texting a friend right now. I don't know how I feel about cheating. Maybe I feel great about it. But it's not your turn. Alana, do you know what song that is?
As heard at Firefight, where lots of Australian artists like donated their time and then didn't get much money, sort of politics. Is it John Farnham, You're the Voice?
That is correct. It's 1-1. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's really heating up here in this television. All right, let's head back to Charlie for the next song. Oh boy. Hi, Charlie.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors leading down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul, my spirit sleeping somewhere cold, until you find it there and lead it back to home. Wake me up, wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me, call my name and save me from the dark.
Oh, wow. Haunting, absolutely beautiful. Bit of a tricky one, if you ask me. But you know what? I'm asking Eliza, do you know that song?
I do. It was a soundtrack to my sexual awakening, and amazing. That was Evanescence, Bring Me to Life.
That is correct. Very beautiful. I love that. I love that for you. I love that for whoever you were with, or maybe, I don't know,
me, myself, and I.
Yeah, the dolly,
Did you wake up?
the dolly centerfold. I love that. Alana, did you know that? Were you like, I could see you dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. That's okay, because
Can't
your turn is next. Your
Okay,
turn is
cool.
right now.
Do you need to go to the toilet, Eliza? It's cool.
We might.
If we're taking turns.
We're taking turns. It's a beautiful, beautiful competition here with That's Not Disco. All right, let's head back to Charlie for the next song.
Okay, bring it, Charlie.
Love it. Oh, gosh.
Oh, there it is.
Don't bring that.
Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Grab a brush and put a little, hide the scars and fade away the shake-up. You wanted to hide the scars and fade away the shake-up. You wanted to, why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Everything sounds good as disco. Incredible work by Charlie and Andrew Bruce. Oh my gosh. Big applause for that one.
Wow.
Oh, some good ones. Alana, excuse me. Alana, do you know what that is?
Yeah, and it's the best version I've ever heard of it. I believe it is Chop Suey by System of a Lockdown.
Oh, love that. Okay. All right. Look, I'm going to give you an extra point.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're going to do a tiebreaker because you guys are on 2 points apiece. But loved that little pun there. Eliza, did you know that one?
I didn't know it when she began it was just thought.
It's all right. It's nighttime. Johnny's been given too much power. Johnny's been given too much power. Hey, I wouldn't have gotten that. That was incredible. All right, guys, we're going to go to a tiebreaker round. And the way that we're going to... Johnny, how are we figuring this out?
Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, blame Johnny.
Okay, we're going to... Charlie's going to sing the song.
Yeah. Charlie's going to sing the song.
And as soon as you know what it is, I want you to make with your hands the crib blood symbol.
Oh, yeah. So
and
this one?
As soon as I see the word blood spelled out with your hands, I will call the gong and throw it to you.
Can you see that?
No, I can't.
I can see that.
It's your filter's problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
All right.
I'll take my filter.
Here we go. Wow, this is getting tense here. All right, take it away, Charlie, with the tiebreaker.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner.
That's the gong. Gosh, Alana, are you a gang member? That was really quick.
Actually a Crip, so not for much longer. It was nice knowing
okay.
you all.
So sorry to put you in danger. What song was that?
Not Mambo number 1, not Mambo number 2 to 3, but not number 4. It was Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega Tree.
Yes. Oh, I love those rich puns. Well, look, that's the end of our competition, which means, Alana, you are the champion of tonight's That's Not Disco. Congratulations. There seems to be no applause now when we need it.
Eliza, elbow bump.
Elbow bump, that's beautiful sportsmanship. Eliza, congratulations. You held your own so wonderfully. It's just that finger dexterity that really really fucked you up at the end there. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Keep watching, keep being great. We love you guys.
That was so amazing. Thank you so much. The gift was being in this competition, really.
I think the real winner is friendship.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Amazing.
That's my favorite cruise ship.
Thank you so much, guys. And big thanks to Charlie. Oh, there she is. Charlie Dead Report, everyone. She's amazing. Thanks so much, Charlie. You rock. That was incredible. And big shout outs to Andrew Bruce for all the arrangements there. Charlie, we'll see you again soon, hopefully in real life shortly. Oh, beautiful.
And That's Not Disco. Thank you so much, Charlie, Andrew Bruce, Michaela, and the girls. Hey, Alana, you actually have won something. As soon as Griffin Theater's open for business again, you've got yourself 2 free drinks at the bar. Our lovely Imogen will figure out how to get you those prizes because she is better at administration than me. Okay. It is my great privilege to introduce our second musical act this evening. He is central to the heart of Sydney's band scene. You might know him as the lead vocalist from Red Riders, who made their way all the way to the top of Australia's precarious indie scene, but unfortunately had to break up due to a very serious ferry bread incident. He was able to cobble together a new band called Palms, which described themselves as a gluten-free band for obvious reasons. He puts the darling in Darlington. Please welcome with me, Alex Grigg.
Hey, Johnny. Hello.
Hello, baby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I've been watching the show. You're doing really good.
Thank you very much.
Especially, and you know, Michaela is really good as well, I gotta say.
She's extra special. I mean, if she wasn't so stinky, she can be a real stink rat. Grigg, you've been a friend of mine for such a long time now. I've always enjoyed your company and friendship.
Oh, Johnny, before I forget, sorry, I was talking to my parents before on the phone. We were talking about this, and they said to say hi to Johnny when I see you next, and I think this counts as seeing you next. So
it does count as
hi
seeing
from
you
mum and
next.
dad.
Hello, babies. And your cool sister Claire, she didn't say nothing, or?
I don't think she's watching.
Not at all. Greg, how have you been entertaining yourself during this COVID period? This delightful COVID holiday?
I've been going all right, actually. I started painting. I've been doing some like watercolor painting, which has been fun. I also found out that I'm quite good at this board game called Terraforming Mars, which is like kind of like Settlers of Catan, but on Mars.
Sorry, this show's called Don't Go to Bed, Not Put Me to Sleep. You only play board games when you truly are bored. You're gonna play us a song tonight?
I'm gonna play a song. It's a song that Palms are putting out a new EP, hopefully sometime this year. We've recorded it all. It's all mixed and ready to go. And this song actually wrote for my boyfriend Nick, and it's his birthday on Friday. And the original plan was to hopefully, I really wanted to put the song out on his birthday, but with all of, the coronavirus and everything, obviously we can't do that. It changed all of our plans. So
you definitely could have. I just feel like you're using Corona as an excuse for everything right now.
Nah, because then I want to play a show and I want to do a whole bunch of stuff with the song. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could have put it out, but this is as close as I'm going to get to his birthday and playing the song. So it's a song that we haven't put out yet. It's a song about Nick. It's kind of corny, but
gorgeous. This is a song called Sweet Little Baby Nick, my beautiful baby boyfriend.
It's a corny love song.
Great.
But we haven't killed each other in isolation either, so that's good.
All right, babies, please welcome to the stage Alex Grigg.
Thank you. This one's your one, no taking it back. Whatever happened, it's matter of fact. I was sleepwalking, yeah, I was half dead, till you came in and woke me up again. Now always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go now. Always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go. Oh, this one is you want from now until black. Whatever happened, it happened like that. I was a shadow, a specter, a ghost, till you came in, yeah, the one with the most. Now always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go now. Always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go. Oh, this isn't normal, yeah, if it's wrong to be by your side. Well, I don't ever wanna be right. No, I don't ever wanna be right. No, I don't ever wanna be right. 'Cause always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go, no. Always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go, no. Always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go, no. Always I know I'm never ever gonna let you go. Oh, this one is your one. This one is your one. This one is your one. This one is your one forever and ever, the end. Thank you.
Griggy, that's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's like a proper love song. Most of my songs are about being sad, but that one's about being happy.
About fucking time. Griggy, I'm so glad you're happy. Tell me, what's your favourite thing in Sydney at the moment?
Oh, at the moment? Like, while we're locked down? Or what's getting me through?
Yeah.
FBR Radio. I get to go in there every Friday. Well, not every Friday. I'm doing like a consecutive weeks with my co-host Grace, but going in there every second Friday and playing music and hearing people on the text line and kind of still having a sense of community and enjoying music and trying to bring a bit of like joy and fun to other people's lives as well as my own is probably the thing that's keeping me most sane.
Beautiful. Well, Griggy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You're a bright spark in this often dark world.
Thank you. I'm just honoured to be on this lineup. I can't believe that I'm actually amongst all these people. So thank you for having me.
I can't believe you're on it either. Let's get rid of it. Bye, Griggy. Love you, baby.
I love ya.
Oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful, wholesome shit I've seen in a long time.
A sweet
I loved
little
it.
rock and roll boy.
It was so good.
Oh,
so
we love
good.
him. Michaela.
Yes, Johnny.
We're halfway through the show.
Oh my gosh, how the time flies.
I mean, it's fun for us. Maybe it's like
I don't know how many people are still watching. Let us know if you are.
you everyone get surprised. No, I'm having a wonderful time.
Too many farts,
But look,
Johnny, talk to me.
one of my favourite moments when we were doing the show Don't Go to Bed at the Bearded Tit, it was always one of my greatest jealousies. I've never played sport in my life. I don't know if I've ever touched a cricket bat.
Yeah,
but
you're more of a scholar and not so much of one of those either.
I'm a scholar who can't read and refuses to write. More like a Ola. No, I was always jealous of the little soccer boys, them and their halftime oranges.
Yeah.
So we always had at our interval halftime oranges where we served halftime oranges served in Tupperware containers. And I said to Michaela, how are we going to do this? And she said, well, why don't you get one of the coolest people in the whole world to just eat an orange?
I did say that. Hey, Johnny, I'm so excited for our guest with halftime oranges, but I don't actually have an orange in here. Can you pass me one?
Oh, I'd love to give you an orange.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There we are. Just 1, 2, 3. I'll give it.
Ow! That was too hard.
No, but you got it in the end, didn't you? Have we got our sweet baby Sarah Snook on the line? Oh.
Here we go. Oh my gosh! She's the most orange girl in the world.
Look at you.
Is that a basketball on your head?
It sure is.
Dr. Baby Sarah Snook, thank you so much.
It can be like a turban. It can be a little pillbox hat. It can be
Is it a
everything. Yes.
It's
It's
a-
halftime oranges, mate.
It's a deflated basketball? It's a deflated
Sorry?
basketball?
It is a deflated basketball. Yeah. But
It's incredible. And Sarah, I love the space that you're in. Does it normally look like that, or have you gone to a bit of effort? Oh my gosh, look.
no, it went to a hell of a lot of effort.
So you don't
To my
live
absolute
in.
pleasure.
It's all the shapes. I'm appreciating everything. Round of applause for Sarah Snook.
The basketball that I managed to find as well. Check this.
Oh,
Fashion basket.
And that's a really good brand. Yeah.
I've been looking for a fashion basket.
Yeah, no, that's really that's
Like fashion basket case. I don't know.
Listen, Sarah, I need you to get an orange. We're going to get our oranges. And people playing at home, if you could go and get yourselves an orange. And now, I didn't tell these kids here, but we've got a little hashtag scenario going on. It's called Halftime Oranges with the Dollar Bin Darlings.
Yeah, it was up on the screen just before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So if you're at home and you've got yourself access to an orange, we want you to cut it up and take a photo of yourself eating your orange with us and put it on a little hashtag thing, and then one of these nerds is going to figure out how to put it on there.
Put it out there on
Halftime
the
Oranges
internet.
with Sarah Snook. That's what it's called.
And tag the Dollar Bin Darlings on Instagram, please,
Yeah.
everyone.
But look, enough plugging.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a little bit of elevator music. Sarah, have you got your orange ready, baby?
Sure do.
All right.
Okay.
This is an interval. You don't have to keep watching this part of the show. We're just going to be talking shit and eating oranges.
All right. You got a sharp-looking knife there, Sarah.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, baby.
I've got a couple of oranges here.
Oh. What were you thinking of doing with these oranges?
Well, I was going to say, which one is the actual orange?
Oh my! Oh.
Oh, we're playing a quick game called Which is the Actual Orange?
This was one of my favourite games to play as a kid.
Okay. I feel like the one in your left hand in the middle is the actual orange.
No, I disagree. I reckon that's a fake. I reckon the one on Sarah's right is the real orange.
Is the real orange?
That's my guess.
And Johnny guesses this one?
No, the
Johnny
one in the
guessed
middle.
Yeah. Both wrong!
Get out of here.
That yellow thing is the orange?
This is a grapefruit.
Oh,
I knew that was a grapefruit.
well, they don't call it halftime grapefruit, do they?
Yes.
How's that sound? Is it?
It's a $2 shot plastic orange.
Oh, yeah. It's too perfect to be true.
It's an actual orange.
Oh, beautiful.
All right.
I
Well,
can demonstrate.
Cut up your orange. You're wasting precious time. You know?
Sarah, I'd love to know about how do you normally do the orange? Do you peel it? Do you just cut it? Do you have a special? Oh, wow, that's so crazy! I just did that too. Johnny, catch up.
Look,
Oh,
I usually have a
sorry.
peeler rather than a cutter, but it's
normally
really kind of special to have a.
Have you guys ever
cutting
seen
into it.
those people who eat an orange like a banana? So they'll like peel it, so it's kind of like a weird banana, like flour thing, and eat the top.
You mean like the sort of the thing that apparently monkeys do it better, the opening the banana from the other end?
Monkeys are weird.
We can
You
learn
don't want
a
to be a
lot from
monkey.
All right.
Hey, so Sarah,
Yeah.
you and I have often played a game of my invention, one of my favorite games ever. It's a simple little game called Bad Chopsticks, where you have to use any two items in the house that aren't chopsticks as chopsticks. And I was thinking that it might be also fun to play Bad Chopsticks during this intermission.
Yeah.
Um,
I've got terrible things in here, but I can try.
Well, that's the point, right? Bad chopsticks. And guys, if you are eating your own oranges, hashtag halftime oranges with Sarah Snook.
This is not my shirt, it's really tight.
Send in your little pickies. Oh, whose shirt is it? Have you stolen someone's shirt?
Yeah, I did. Because I'm living in a suitcase and I didn't have an orange shirt. This is the closest I could get. Ah!
You look beautiful.
Woo!
I love you
really
for
good
doing
one.
this. Thank you so much for coming on our stupid little show.
Hey, do you guys
Is my connection alright? Is the internet alright? I'm
No,
upstairs.
it's terrible.
It's pretty bad.
It's awful and it's laggy, but I love you.
It looks good though.
Is the internet even in your house, or are you stealing it from a neighbor? No.
I don't know.
It's terrible. That's not good.
No, it's fine. You're fine. It's an interval. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys eat the pips?
Yeah, I just ate it all.
Yeah, me too.
I got no pips.
Oh, you got no pips? Jesus, what kind of fancy orange bloody production are you running over there?
We had this whole idea of showing the images from Halftime Orange's hashtag thing, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, but we can follow up
Hey,
on
how
that
long
tomorrow,
does it take
maybe.
you to set up your thing today?
I set it up yesterday.
Yeah, it's taken a couple of days.
Oh, I'm gonna have to reapply my lip
Alright,
after
well.
this. I'm only 2 pieces down. Fuck.
I'm halfway.
So those of you who have just tuned in, this is the interval of the show called Halftime Oranges, and there is not really a show going on. It is 3 friends eating oranges together.
Did you have any questions for me?
Have you been entertaining yourself?
Wearing basketballs on my fucking head. No,
That's not true.
Cooking. Cooking and read. I've learned to knit.
What have you knitted?
Well, my friend had a scarf that sat in his cupboard for like 2 years, not being knitted, and then he gave it to me when I was in full ISO, saying, "You'll need something to do. Here's some knitting." And so I've been knitting the rest of his scarf, and I plan to give it back to him, fully formed.
That's beautiful.
So that was going to be a surprise, and now I've given it away.
Oh, look, he's probably not watching.
The chances are he's not watching.
Yeah.
That's a huge piece. Look at that.
No. So, strictly speaking, Sarah, we're on our break, so maybe you should be asking us questions. You know, we're not interviewers all the time. This is your job. This is your segment.
Yeah, this is all you, baby.
Michaela.
Yeah.
Is it hot in? Is it genuinely hot in that TV?
Well, I've actually transcended time and space and my own body, so I'm actually just like a bunch of pixels. I can't feel anything. So it's pretty good.
I really quite like how you reach around.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's one of those fancy 3D TVs.
I could do that with something like.
Sarah, what's the most interesting thing that's happened in the last 3 weeks for you?
I've been digging a hole.
Tell us more about that.
Is it during this segment or in real life?
Dig up. No, in real life. That's probably the most interesting thing.
Why have you been digging a hole?
My friend is building a patio thing.
Okay.
He's the only I'm quarantining with because I'm away from my home. I live in New York and I'm like being adopted by 2 friends of mine.
And so you've been digging. Is this a patio that's below the ground? Is this a
No,
patio of the zombie
he's
apocalypse?
above the ground, but it needs to be filled in with dirt, and so I've got to find the dirt elsewhere. So I'm digging a hole elsewhere,
so you're
filling up a wheelbarrow and dropping it in the.
That's good for you. Are you used to getting your hands dirty?
I like it.
Good for you.
Physical labour. It's good.
So Sarah, I don't want to look. We're going to abruptly cut as soon as you're finished your orange. Is there anything?
Well, quick.
Is there anything that we should know about you that we don't? That's a question that you have to make up.
Okay. Can I just put an orange in my mouth and then you can cut as soon as I put the orange in my mouth? Just to tell you a real big secret.
Sarah, you're one of my favourite people. Sarah got in contact with me a couple of weeks before Mardi Gras and was like, what are we doing for Mardi Gras? And so I planned us the most sensational 48 hours. It was pretty special.
It was like the last big party before coronavirus.
It's true, it was. I felt so blessed that it was gay Christmas just before this whole don't leave your house thing happened.
But we all had to go inside.
I was at the Golden Plains Festival and I definitely, that was the following weekend just before everything really hit. And I was a bit worried. Oh, Michaela, you were there as well.
I was also there. Turns out someone there did have the virus, but look, we're still here.
Look, it was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time, wasn't it?
Sarah, have you just finished your last orange?
Mate, they're done.
Oh.
Get rid of her.
See you later.
Thanks very much, Sarah Snook.
Oh my gosh, amazing. We've got a comment here. Whose hands are feeding Michaela those oranges?
Oh, it's not my hands.
No, you know that show, Mr. Was it Skippy or Skippy, the bush kangaroo?
Mr. Skippy?
Sorry, I was thinking about Mr. Squiggle. Skippy, how they used to have the little kangaroo hands. Actually, this is going to get too dark. I don't think I should keep going with this.
No, keep going. You've got to get yourself out of this hole.
Dug my own hole.
Listen.
So they would do, Skippy would untie knots and solve crimes, and so they'd often have a shot just of his hands doing things. And do you know what they were? They were dead, disembodied kangaroo hands on sticks that they would stick out to do. Anyway, so got myself a couple of Skippy hands here. Okay.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Don't Go to Bed with the Dollar Bin Darlings. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've just tuned in, we just had halftime oranges with Sarah Snook. It was delightful.
Send us your pictures of you eating oranges.
Please do. We don't know what we're going to do with them. We
No.
might make a nice collage.
Someone said, oh no, Skippy. Someone else has said, Succession, Griffin crossover, the crossover we've all been waiting for. But you forgot to mention the Dollar Bin Darlings.
What are we?
So
Scotch
I'm
mist?
waiting for that to be fixed.
Succession is a great show.
Look, it's actually time to check back in with Clementine Board. We told them that we'd be back in 15 minutes.
We really did. We got carried away.
Michaela, we got carried away.
That doesn't happen often.
Do you need any of this?
Do you know what? I actually really do. I really wish that worked.
Glug, 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 glug.
Thank you so much. So guys, we're going to head to Clem, but while we're with her, if you have any questions for our next guest, please type them in. Johnny, do you want to reveal who's coming in after Clem?
Our next guest
It's too much.
is
I got to take a drink.
It's a lot. I don't know how this happened. But Tanya PLIBERSEK is our next guest.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that I'm making origami out of a napkin. Get rid of that.
So if
Focus.
you've got some questions for Tanya, type them in the comments. They can be any kind of questions. They can be like quick, silly ones. They can be long, involved ones. We'll just pick them out.
Don't be boring. Don't be typical with your questions. It's Tanya PLIBERSEK, you know. She's not turning up for anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, maybe she is.
She's got on a busy schedule tonight. Heaps of other live TV talk shows going up around the world. But should we check back in with Clementine?
All right, it's time for Challenging Women with Clementine Forward.
Hello.
Hi. That did take quite a while, but it's fine because now I'm extremely drunk.
Did you finish the quarantini?
She's doing.
I actually put it in the fridge to just chill it a
Chill it
little
out,
bit.
chill it
Let
out
it
a
breathe.
bit.
Let it breathe.
That's good.
I needed to breathe a little. Yeah.
Okay, so
I've got all of my makeup laid out here. Oh, that was a bit embarrassing, flashing the book.
Oh gosh.
Generally not intended. I'm using it as a tower for my.
It's all right.
No, Johnny, flashing the
awkward.
book, not the.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So am I just going to get straight into doing this? Am I?
Please.
You've got. How long did we say you had? 5 minutes.
I've got literally nothing that's going to help here, but I'm just going to.
Great, Thirsty Alley.
Right.
I'm actually looking closely because I don't know.
I'm using my camera.
We haven't started the timer. I mean, sure, it's started.
You better work.
You gotta work.
God, I did such a nice phase of makeup before.
How much do you know about drag makeup, or are you just making it up? Are you making up makeup?
Look, I think the better question is how much do I know about makeup, which is 0.
Okay, so I see you're going for a Wicked kind of a thing. You're Elzebub or whatever her name is.
What I know from watching, copious amounts of Drag Race is that you just pile and pile and pile and pile.
Slather it on.
And then just do like a ton of contouring.
What's that contour? Oh yeah, Johnny recently discovered contouring when we were in Adelaide recently.
Oh yeah.
Adelaide, sorry, my condolences. I'm from there, I can say it.
Hey, we met you in Adelaide. That's why we love Adelaide.
It was honestly one of the greatest moments ever.
But yeah, I discovered contouring, but it's sort of like I made myself like the great dividing range across the middle of my face.
Yeah. It worked. Okay, that's good.
Again, I really don't know how to do this, but I figure if I just start with a base.
A drag queen told me one time, you've got to go in circles and up, but I didn't know what that meant specifically. But
was that in reference to makeup or?
You draw like a 3 and then I tell you what, the way that this is really contrasted against the pink lipstick I had on is really driving home Thirsty Alley.
It looks incredible.
Thirsty Alley's been out having some wild times, I think. Right, I'm going to start on eyeshadow. Okay.
It's looking good. I'm enjoying.
You know what I've got to do is I've got to cover up the eyebrows.
Oh yeah, get rid of.
What's the timer at?
You've got 2 minutes left.
Fuck.
Start slathering that on.
It goes by quickly, doesn't it? Also, what she said.
I'm going to give you a little bit of music.
Give me that waiting room elevator music. I would be getting terrible scores here. Rue.
I like
Go for
this.
broke.
Yeah, I'm into it. It looks kind of spooky.
Right. Brush.
2 minutes left. Okay, so we're going
I'm
for...
gonna do that all over the palette.
Oh, great.
The
Okay.
moon?
A rainbow.
Okay.
I like that.
Also, I feel like you're not allowed to get changed from this. Oh, which drag name did you go with, by the way?
Thirsty Alley.
Thirsty Alley.
Ah, great. Connor, that's
Just give
for
me
you.
a 10-second warning at the end because I've got a wig to put on.
Oh.
Should be Timbers.
Are we going to get a lip sync from you?
Not right now. I need to prepare for that. It's a challenge.
Yeah, all right.
But I've just got a call from the producers, and we can actually extend this for another 2 minutes. So we've got 2 more minutes on the clock.
Right. Okay. Good. Because this is clearly looking amazing.
Oh, it actually really is. Excuse me.
Putting thirst in Thirsty Alley. Right now I'm going to draw I've sort of
very 80s look.
Blended that into the top of my eyebrows. That can just be the crease there.
Yeah.
I'll put my eyebrows on now. Luckily, I've got an actual eyebrow pencil that's really, really skinny. So
This is good. I'm really enjoying these eyebrows.
90s look.
I'm taking notes.
Hey, what's that? The Craft. What's the woman's name from The Craft?
Which one? Nancy Firuza Bork. We are the weirdos, mister. That's
Yeah.
what she said.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting those vibes. And when you do this, are you channeling a different star sign, or are you just going with your own?
Well, I'm a Cancer, so this is sort of outside of the Cancerian comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting like Gemini vibes.
Yes. Well, yeah, Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising.
Oh, I'm a Gemini. I don't even know what that means.
That means you're two-faced.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Cheeks. Here we go. Cheeks.
Yeah,
Orange or pink? What do you think?
Both. One of each. Okay, that's beautiful. You could
Right,
cut
I'm gonna
glass
make
with
this
those
my,
cheeks.
We're looking good.
Cheekbones.
Profile picture. I'm definitely going to pick up. It's going to be great.
Now, what's
It'll be great.
What's the best thing that you've learned about yourself in COVID so far?
Well, clearly I'm starved for attention.
Are we all though?
And I'm prepared to do literally anything.
I'm just getting this in from the newsroom. The people are asking for more glitter.
More glitter. Well, hold please.
Okay.
Let me just paint that amazing eyeshadow. Because I have a pot of glitter.
Now, can you tell me the origins? I don't know if we can get the camera back on me if that's hard. But I've noticed that the people that do makeup tutorials will show the makeup and then put their hand behind it. What is that? They'll go, a part of, you did it. I don't know if you did it subconsciously, but you did it.
Like a framing thing?
I guess it's because they want it to show up on the camera. Like if I show you what the pot is. If I show you this Fenty Beauty palette.
Let's do.
And I show it like that. You can't see anything because my camera's shit, but
Yeah.
that sort of, you know, contrast.
Hey, real talk, Clementine. What's your feelings on glitter? Like, clearly you're using it now, but I've been given a bit of shit for wearing glitter. And I'm like, I'm a caring person. I like definitely care about the environment.
Well, this one says that it's biodegradable. Biodegradable body and glitter paste. And look, I trust corporates. I trust environments that tell me
Right.
that they're doing the right thing. So, like, who am I to question? Mine is not to question.
I'll tell you who you are. You're Clementine fucking Ford.
Of the large-ranging corporation.
I'm really getting strong Wicked vibes.
I'm going to do my lipstick now.
I love it. Oh, wowzers, trousers.
And it has to be big. It's got to be big.
That's
what
a
about
thick
that
boy.
red?
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
We go like really outside the lines.
I've seen this scene in Shaun of the Dead where they all start eating.
Funnily, actually, this is almost exactly how I wore my makeup when I was 13. So.
Beautiful.
It's really good.
Hey,
It's a great throwback. Oh shit, you look great.
the people say they're getting Ursula vibes from The Little Mermaid.
The sea witch, I feel that.
Oh, unfortunate souls.
Michaela, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I love Ursula. She's cool, man.
I didn't know you could
What
sing.
about some Miss Hannigan? You're getting some Miss Hannigan vibes too?
Yes.
I'm an ordinary woman with feelings.
Feelings.
I'd like a man to nibble on my ear. Oh man, I would love
I feel
to play
like,
Miss
hang on, I
Hannigan.
just got to sort of put some, I've got a red décolletage now, so I got to balance that out.
Blend that all in.
Gorgeous.
Blend it like that.
What's your favorite thing that's been going on right now for you? Like we're all learning a new mode of existence, and I don't think that it's worth complaining about. I think that there's something to celebrate in every moment. What are you celebrating about this beautiful COVID vacation?
Sorry, I just caught a glimpse of my face. What am I? Oh, can I be a bit earnest?
Yeah, totally. Hang on, I'll stop the music.
We love Ernest.
Oh, it's so gross, but I really like my little boy. He's so cute.
That is not gross. If you did,
I'm
that
enjoying
would be
spending
gross.
time with the 3-year-old.
What's your little boy's name?
I don't say it.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm
He
sorry.
must not be named.
Voldemort? I mean, you look like you could have given birth to Voldemort
right now.
That's why I don't say it. If I say his name, I've just got to put some more lips on. If I say his name, then all civilization will clearly be sucked into a black hole.
That's true.
My friend said that they're getting Angela Merkel vibes.
You know what? Respect to that.
Respect.
She's a strong
What about
leader.
Mimi from the Drew Carey show.
Oh, now Mimi, I like her because she has troll dolls and she doesn't fuck with Furbies. I hate Furbies.
As we know.
This is as close to a Furby as I'll get.
Bit of highlighter on my brow bone because that's you're supposed to kind of like highlight underneath the eyebrow, which I've so perfectly drawn on up there.
Gorgeous. All right.
So, right. Okay. Are you ready for the wig?
Yeah.
I've been giving you a 30-second countdown.
Okay. Here we go.
I pressed the wrong button, but I like this song. This song was written.
Oh, Thirsty Alley, is that you?
Thirsty Alley. Oh, also, I've got to I've got really many boobs, so I've got to wash my top.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Fold the laundry.
Clementine,
There we go.
Oh my gosh, you look so good.
I'm asking.
Stop!
Sorry, someone has just asked for bigger lips.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's do it.
While you do that, Clem, we've got to talk to you about your next challenge.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Because this isn't the end. We've got one more challenge for you.
Well,
can I wash my face, or am I doing this all as thirsty?
I think that you should keep your face.
Yeah, I reckon let's build on it.
And-
that's really we're theatre makers. That's drama.
Would you put like an option, or do you just want me to tell you?
Just tell me what I'm doing.
All right. What I would like for this next challenge on challenging women.
Don't go to bed.
I would like you to build yourself a stage. I want you to build yourself a cabaret stage, and I want you to do a little performance on it.
Okay, right. As thirsty.
As thirsty. You can choose, and you can not choose any song because we've got a copyright thing with YouTube. So you have to just sing it a cappella, which is French for yum.
Right. Great. Okay, I'm just going to do just whip out a Broadway number.
Yeah,
just
sounds
a Broadway number.
No big deal.
Are you a singer?
Would we say that?
Don't make me sing.
I don't know.
All right, that's your next.
We'll see. We'll let the public decide.
Please give it up for the beautiful Thirsty Alley, aka Clementine Ford.
She's incredible.
Get her out of here. Our next guest, I can't tell you how excited I am to have them on the show. I first met her at Sydney Festival in the Spiegel tent. I spotted her in the crowd and I was midway through an introduction for my next show. And I raced out into the crowd. We're not ready?
You have to go to Hannah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Our next guest I've known for quite some time. She's one of my favourite Catholic twins.
I've got a great intro for this next guest.
Well, you can use it.
Should I use it? I'll use it. We'll skip it. Our next guest is a musical guest, and she's a bit of everything. She's a director, a writer, a performer. She's a broadcaster. She is a sexpert. She's a style icon and a dog lover. And tonight she brings us an original song from her solo comedy show, Direct Eye Contact. Guys, give it up. Send your applause from your lounge room to hers. It's Hannah Reilly.
Don't go to bed. Don't go to bed.
What an entrance!
How we doing? You scared the shit out of her. Take people like, she's not there. That's just a curtain. We can't interview a curtain. A curtain can't sing.
Oh, guys, how does it feel to have the best bloody Zoom talk show this side of Melbourne, right?
Oh, gosh, we don't know.
Pretty goddamn good. How does it feel to have that hair tonight? Oh my god.
Oh my god, she may have dusted off the GHD for tonight.
I've never seen your hair look so voluminous.
It's incredible. You look so good.
Thank you so much.
So good.
Thank you so much. All for you.
Hannah, how's it going? How's ISO treating you?
Look, it's actually pretty good. I mean, life hasn't changed all that much.
Sure.
I'm still writing from the kitchen table in my pajamas. So, you know, life goes on.
Great. You're a bit of an expert.
Yeah, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, great. Well, we'll start to use you as our sensei, our prophet of isolation. Guys, if you've got any questions for Hannah Reilly, write them in to the comments about how to deal with this time. But you've got a bit of a little ditty to sing us. Is that correct?
I do actually. So before all this happened, I had a solo show coming up at Belvoir that got fucking canned. Also, this is actually the curtain that I was going to use for it. So I'm really glad it's being used in some capacity.
It's beautiful, and that was going to be produced by hotshot producer Emma Diaz, right?
Hell yeah, best in the biz.
Show.
And so this is a song that I wrote because, as you mentioned before, like the fraudulent label of Sexpert was attached to me for a little while when I was hosting the Hookup on Triple J, and I was like, you know, spouting all this like advice on, you know, modern forms of sex and dating and relationships and stuff, all this like, you know, great sex positive kink stuff, but whilst inside being a complete fraud, knowing that all I really wanted was like, you know, just like a boring monogamous relationship.
Sure.
It was like the Wizard of Oz of fucking. And I
I've never heard you say that before.
The tiny man behind the curtain.
Be like, this is how it's done. And I wrote this song after I found out fun little fact. It's a little bit dark, but don't worry, we'll get through it together.
It's okay. I already
the fun
brought
little
up-
fact.
We're all just pretending this season isn't happening right now.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers
I
to
brought
that,
up
baby.
dead kangaroo hands earlier, so mate, whatever you want.
So the fact is that as a straight woman in Australia, I'm 17 times more likely to get murdered by someone that I'm dating than get eaten by a shark.
Wow.
Yeah.
17, that's a lot.
Cute.
It's so much. So much that I wrote a song about it because I just thought like, you know, we're kind of doing this whole dating thing wrong.
Sure.
And so I decided to start dating sharks. So this is a love song about, when I decided to start dating sharks.
Amazing.
Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much. Take it away.
Well, babies, those of you watching at home, please actually give it up. Actually give it up for your computer screen right now. Hannah Reilly.
Hey, do you come here often? The bottom of the ocean, that is. Tell me about your family. Do you mind if I hold your fin? Oh, what beautiful teeth you have. Did you wear braces as a kid? I did. So you've been single for a few years now, and your ex-girlfriend was a giant squid? Wow, sounds like she really hurt you. It'll be us against the world, a terrifying deathfish and a human girl. I'm getting my thrills from a guy with gills because it's safer than dating a man. Is it true you've got two penises? I hear you're pretty aggressive in bed. That's okay, I like it a little bit rough. We'll just avoid period sex. And sure, I might lose a leg, but that's probably less painful than getting negged. And isn't love about compromise? He says it's really my fault for having such delicious thighs. Every week a shark week with my man. We'll walk into the sunset fin in hand. Humans date humans traditionally, but a shark is statistically less likely to murder me. And it is just so much nicer dating an older guy, am I right, ladies? How much older? Well, he's been around for like a couple of 100 million years, so he's like really evolved. He did have a rough childhood though. He ate all of his siblings. He is a great listener though. He can hear me from over 10,000 kilometers away, which is just like, you know, super convenient if you need something from the shops or whatever. So would I recommend other human women date sharks? I mean, yeah, sure, if you're looking for a change in partner. Fuck, sorry. Partner's what I meant. Hashtag not all sharks. It'll be us against the world. A Selkie and a human girl. That name, I'm getting my kicks from a shark with 2 dicks, cause it's safer than dating a man. And when I look into those black eyes, I know he's actually deep down a really good guy. And I think that I could change him. He's not the shark he used to be. And I'm not like those girls he's eaten before, cause when he goes down on me, let's just say it's a feeding frenzy. Every week is Shark Week with my guy. We both think that I'm tasty, we see eye to eye. No humans date humans traditionally, but a shark is statistically 17 times less likely to murder me. Date a shark.
Wow,
that applause!
Oh my goodness.
Take a standing ovation.
Double applause. This is incredible. Whoa.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Amazing.
Stop. Hannah, baby, thank you so much for joining us on Don't Go to Bed with the Dollar Bin Darlings. You're incredible. Now, I understand you've got a show coming up yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
No, babe, they're all cancelled because of COVID. Thanks for bringing it up.
You've got a little online project.
Oh, yes?
So, who's the idiot now?
It's me. You are charging that fart noise.
What are you talking about?
Love it.
There is no fart noise.
No, tell us about your new online project. Your little baby online project.
We've got a couple of different projects in the pipeline. Maybe you're gonna need to give me a hint. Which one do you mean?
The cool one about dating.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay.
So hang on. Sorry. I know we're speaking of a woman, but when I first pitched this show to Hannah and I said, Hannah, can you please come on my silly little show? She said, great, and I can plug Zoom Goes My Heart, and I remembered that, but she didn't.
Yeah, interesting.
So it almost didn't happen, but now it's back. It's called Heart Goes Zoom, and it's it's a little online dating show that me and Meg Washington are putting together.
Ooh.
And much like Love itself, things were a little bit rocky with some of the contestants. They didn't know if they were ready to really open up and find love on Zoom, but now they're back, and it's going to be amazing.
Tell me, are you using dating apps?
Am I using dating apps?
Yeah.
Nah.
Cool. Please thank Hannah Reilly.
Thank you.
Get rid of her. All right. Babies, I'm sorry that I am drunk, but I hope you are too. No, just kidding. I'm very serious. I've got a very serious interview to do right now, I hope. Our next guest is such a champion, such a sport. I first met her, as the story that I was telling before goes, at Sydney Festival in the Spiegel tent. I ran up to her and I said, hi, you don't know me from a bar of soap, but I would really like it if you were to come and DJ with me. And she said, I'm not a DJ. And I said, I know that, but I just want the whole world to celebrate you. I think you're great. I'd be the champion of your fan club. I didn't say this in the interaction. I'm saying it now. Babies, please welcome with me the one, the only, the goddess of Sydney, Tanya PLIBERSEK.
What a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
How are you coping this beautiful COVID season?
Look, I feel kind of bad really because I just feel so sorry for everybody who has lost their job or anybody who's sick and all those people who are home and lonely. My life's fine. I'm working. I've got a healthy family, all that good stuff. I just feel so worried about everybody else. So that's the only really bad thing.
It's
for
true.
me. Yeah.
What we're thinking about in terms of this show is focusing on this beautiful. There's kind of a beautiful period in it, and then we're all learning how to be again in different ways, and we're using our time differently, and it's quite real. Like, you know, all my jobs got cancelled, and there's a lot of people that are really suffering. But what we want to have a look at is ways that people are embracing this time and evolving with it. And I'm just wondering, like, what does your average day in COVID look like?
Well, I'm still working, which not so much in the office anymore. So lots of phone calls, lots of computer time, all that boring stuff.
Do politicians use the fun features on Zoom, or is everyone pretty business as usual?
No, well, some people have those pretend backdrops that I haven't really worked out how to do that yet. I mean, the only one I can seem to get is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, which somehow doesn't seem very appropriate to me.
Who's the funniest on Zoom?
Who's the weirdest?
Who's the funniest or weirdest?
Oh. I'm not sure I should say.
Okay.
Look, the younger ones are very good with the fake backdrops.
Oh, good.
The older ladies like me, not so good with the fake backdrop.
I refuse to think of you as an old lady. I feel like other
Thank
people
you.
are doing
I was
that to you.
angling for that. Thank you very much.
Well, no, not at all. I was so delighted. So, background, those of you who don't know, Tanya actually came and did a DJ set with us when we were hosting the Spiegel tent in the 2019 City Festival. And Tanya's DJ name was DJ Shadow Minister, which might have been one of my greatest things. But Tanya, it was amazing to watch you play music. And I was delighted at how good at DJing you were.
Thank you. Well, you gave me the tip on that DJing app that I managed to download and kind of taught myself to use. And so I was a bit worried about beat matching and fading in and fading out.
I'm never worried about it. I don't encourage anyone else to worry about it. I've somehow become a DJ with almost no musical knowledge.
But the funny thing was, you got me so out of my comfort zone on so many different things. So I said no to DJing because I'm not a DJ. And then I said no to the app because I didn't know how to use it. And I said a definite no to the boiler suit, but I still wore it.
Yeah.
So here I am tonight saying, no, I don't want to do, the Zoom complicated thing at 9 o'clock on a Friday night after a glass of red wine. And yet here I am.
You're the most reluctant woman that I've ever worked with. But no, that's one of my favourite things about you, and I find it very encouraging. And I'm glad that you are the member for Sydney, because Sydney is a reluctant city that keeps growing and keep getting better. What's the first thing that you fell in love with in Sydney, about Sydney?
There's a beautiful Kenneth Slessor poem about William Street. You find it ugly, I find it lovely. And I felt like that about Sydney in the 80s, coming in to see live music and lots of late nights and pretty divey venues. And
where were you going? Where were the venues?
Hopeton, Strawberry Hills Hotel.
Have you been to the Strawberry Hills Hotel recently?
I've walked past it quite a lot. It's not quite the venue that I was going to in the 80s, I think it's fair to say.
There's a lot of televisions there now.
The clock, well before it, had a nice restaurant upstairs. And there were a lot of venues that had really good live music, the Sandringham, of course. And I loved that. I really loved it.
Who were the bands that you were following in the 80s?
Oh, Lighthouse Keepers, Go-Betweens, Triffids.
I got an email from Morrison, the drummer from the Go-Betweens, the other day, and I was shocked. Lindy,
she is so great. I think she teaches at TAFE now, or she was a while ago. She's
very cool.
Yeah.
really engaged in the community. I just think she's amazing. Are you in contact with any of these people?
No, I sometimes see them at concerts and I go a bit, embarrassed and fangirly when I do, but that's about it.
That's so beautiful. Are there people that you sort of pluck from obscurity to work with in terms of the work that you're doing for Sydney? Have you ever called in a big favour from someone in a band and been like, "Hey, Paul Kelly, maybe"?
Yeah, actually, a lot of performing artists have come and supported when we've had an arts policy launch or something like that. We've had a lot of people who have come out in support because, it's Friday night. I'm not going to be political, but the Liberals don't generally support the arts particularly well.
Oh, we know that. You can say that without being political at all.
So we have had, good supporters turn out for things like that, and that's always really nice. But mostly, I'm just going to things as an audience member or a fan. And I know you've got Paul CAPSIS coming on later, and he's one of I can see him on the screen actually. He's one of Sydney's absolutely best performers. Anytime I see him playing anywhere, I'd go and see him.
Actually, it might have been at the end of Paul CAPSIS's show that I found you.
Oh, yes, I think that's actually right. I think that's true.
What did you think was happening when I was in the middle of starting my show and then hunted you down through the crowd? And I think my words were, "You don't know me from a bar of soap, but we're both friends with Greg. You can vet me through him. Don't say yes or no now, but I want you to DJ with me."
Oh, look, I think in life it's good to say yes when you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Tanya, what's your favourite thing about your job?
It's hard to say this without sounding like a wanker, but actually helping people is my favourite thing about the job.
Thank you.
And so at the moment, we've got a lot of people who are really worried about, friends or relatives stuck overseas or, anyway, a whole range of sort of particular problems that constituents have at the moment. And the best thing in the world is being able to sort out a problem that someone's run into a brick wall of bureaucracy and sometimes we can help them get through. That's great.
How do those things get through to you? Does writing our MP a letter work? Do those things...
Yeah, absolutely. Letter, email, phone call.
It's amazing because...
Stop me in the Spiegel tent and talk to me at 11 o'clock on a Friday night. Whatever.
Hunt you down. And no, I just adore you. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. Now, the next time we ran into each other was at a Paul Kelly concert. And
yes.
We had a big old conversation about our mutual muse in Dolly Parton.
She's a genius.
When did you first discover Dolly?
As a teenager. And I think like a lot of people, I looked at her briefly and completely underestimated her. And then with a little bit of patience, developed enormous respect. She's a thoughtful, intelligent, interesting person, incredibly successful in her field, and I just think she's a cultural icon.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people are fans of hers, and I really believe in the Dolly utopia. I want strange environments where people from all walks are holding hands and going, "Yeah, we get along here," and that's the vision for Sydney. I think that it's suffered a lot as a city in terms of its cultures being at war with one another, and then it feels at times like one of the sides has won. But I still think that Sydney can be that dirty William Street that you were talking about earlier in the poem and finding it beautiful. What do you think is going to happen with Sydney after COVID's over?
Look, what I really hope is that we get on top of this really quickly.
Yeah.
And that we can safely reopen Sydney, and that in the same way that after the First World War, the Roaring Twenties happened and people were so keen to get out and socialise and spend money and create, theatre, art, music, that we'll have a a kind of dam breaking of people going back out into society and enjoying each other's company in a whole range of different ways. That's what I hope. That would be ideal. I don't think we're close to that yet. I'm hoping that happens, but I don't think people should preempt it by going out this weekend and doing that.
Yeah.
As soon as it's safe, let's get back out and enjoy each other's company again.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot that we can learn in this, the offering of this really weird period of introspection, being stuck with ourselves. Like, I'm an extrovert. I don't know if you could tell. But
no, I wouldn't have picked that in a million years, no.
That whole thing about, like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, to make it sound, I'm like, if no one's looking at me, how do I know I exist? But do you think that this will have a lasting change in our culture?
Yeah, I think it'll have a lot of lasting changes. And I keep trying not to be too serious because it's a Friday night, but sadly this is part of my personality.
You are a most incredible, like, empath, and I love how you operate. You're so, like, just do whatever you want. Please don't think about...
I'll try and be quick on the serious stuff. Look, I think the way we work will really change. We've been drifting to this world where everybody's on short-term contracts and got no security at work. Surely we've seen that is a real problem at a time like this. We've seen, because of the doubling of job seeker allowance, that unemployment benefits were completely inadequate as they were before. You look at countries that have an unequal health system, and that's bad for everyone. So whatever we have to do to protect our health system, to protect Medicare, we should be doing it. Look around at the environment, the fact that we're not driving and polluting as much, and how lovely it is to see the blue sky and the nighttime stars. The fact that we've actually slowed down and kind of talked to the people that we live with a little bit more than we used to.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of... it's a terrible time for people who are worried about their jobs or income, their health, the people that they love, but getting sick. It's a terrible time, but there are, I hope, some positive lessons that we can take from it.
Yeah, I really like the framing of it as being that it's not the end of the world. It's an act of love for strangers. Like, we don't know the people that we're staying at home for, but we do it, and it's not about. I've seen a lot of COVID shaming, like, you're not in ISO good enough, but I'm not into that. But I think that it is important that we take from this time what we can, and I refuse to be defeated by it. Sometimes there's been harder days to get out of bed. I mean, I'm getting out of bed later and later and staying up later and later, and then made a show called Don't Go to Bed because I apparently hate sleep. But there is important things that I think that we can embrace. Like, I know that you're still at work, but you are working from home mostly, and you're with your family a lot more. Is there something that you've learned?
That's great.
Sorry?
That's great.
That's great. Good for you. I mean, you privileged white little bit. No.
Really enjoying that. Doing my job and supervising the distance ed. That's been fantastic.
What weird things have you learned about yourself in this period?
I've learned that I would not make a very good teacher. They should be paid double. Whatever they're paid, they should be paid double.
Were you ever going to be a teacher?
I did think about it, yeah. Yep.
At what point did you decide, I'm going to be Tanya bloody PLIBERSEK, the politician?
Actually, I studied journalism. I was going to be a journalist, and I ended up working in politics, and it was just a very weird sort of thing. In 1997, Peter Baldwin, who was the sitting member in the seat, retired before anyone really thought he would. He was still quite a young man. And I had a few people say, oh, you should have a go. And, I was active in the Labor Party, and I had a go. And I was 28 when I ran for pre-selection. So it was a long shot. There were 13 candidates. I was one of a field of 13, and the rest is history.
I'm so glad that is the history. I'm so glad you were 28 and that someone recognised something in you. I'm so glad that you took the chance and you said yes. I'm so glad that it was weird, and I'm so glad that you are you're the Queen of Sydney. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
And one of the big bonuses of my job is I get to meet lovely people like you. and I get to see Paul CAPSIS.
Stalkers in sequin. That's all I am. Babies, Tanya, is there anything else that you want to say before we cut you off?
Oh, just to all your fans who are watching, stay safe and look after each other.
Stay safe and look after each other. Tanya, we love you. Thank you so much for everything you do. Keep safe, baby.
See you. Bye-bye.
Tanya PLIBERSEK! Oh, wait. Is she still on the line?
Yeah, I'm waving at Paul.
Oh, Tanya, I'm so sorry. I cut off Michaela.
Oh.
Michaela, are you ready for 10 quick
Hello.
questions?
Hi, Tanya. Thank you so much for still being here. That was so awesome. You're incredible. Our producer, Emma, made a comment saying, can you just run our country? Could that happen? I think you could probably get a few votes out there. But at the end of all of our interviews tonight, we've got a quick, couple of questions that we've got from our audience. Don't need to think about it. Just sort of say the first words that come into your head. Although a lot of these questions kind of look like they were written by Johnny, to be honest. No. Okay, cool. Okay, Tanya, how are you maintaining your impeccable hair during quarantine?
That's kind. The occasional blow dry myself in the bathroom. I don't mean out with anyone.
Love it. Self-care, that's so good. Do you identify with whales or dolphins more?
Oh, dolphins before dinner, whales after dinner.
Of course. What's your favourite cut of pasta?
I would say I like a fat spaghetti.
Great. Love a fat spaghetti. Tanya, if you could be a type of spice, what would it be? And why?
Ooh, I like ginger because it's so versatile. Sweet, savoury, whatever you like.
Great. I love it. Just like you. Tanya, favourite 90s pop song?
Oh, that one's too hard. 90s.
Move on.
Okay, Tanya, final question. What would your drag name be?
Probably be Tanya PLIBERSEK.
I love it.
One more question.
One more question.
Is cereal just cold soup?
Cereal's a waste of time. The only cereal worth eating is steel-cut oats. The only thing that I've ever been really grateful to Bob Carr for was introducing me to steel-cut oats.
Well,
steel-cut oats.
I didn't expect this to get so controversial, but...
other than Cocoa Pops, but Cocoa Pops are dessert, not breakfast.
Sure.
That's my sister's main and dessert. Tanya PLIBERSEK, we love you very much. Thank you for joining us. All right, Tanya PLIBERSEK. What a woman. I love her so much. Anyway, we've got to move on.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, I love, just want to say love the comment you made about not liking sleep as a person with narcolepsy.
Yeah, so I literally have narcolepsy and hate sleep, but hey, I like a clean room but refuse to make my bed. What are you going to do about it? Made a joke. It's time to introduce our next guest. I've said in a previous intro that someone was a queer icon, but standing next to this person, that's not so true. Which isn't a slight on the guest that I said was a queer icon, but more a slight on the amount of time we had to write this show, which wasn't very much. Back to the guest. You've seen their work in Australian films like Head On, The True Story of the Kelly Gang. They've graced stages all over the world. Their presence in contemporary Australian theatre cannot be underestimated. They are a rock and roll baby in a cabaret scene. It's a butch, femme queen. Is that my grandmother or is it Paul CAPSIS?
Don't go to bed.
Welcome, Paul, to Don't Go to Bed.
Hello.
How are you?
Donnie.
How are you, gorgeous?
Donnie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Paul, how are you maintaining your perfect hair?
Wait, I'm just getting the Dettol and the syringe. I should put them away, actually.
We don't need them, not tonight.
Well, Mr. Trump said if I want to clear my lungs.
Oh, what's your feelings on what's going on in America right now?
Tanya PLIBERSEK, now there's a leader.
There is a leader, right?
The world needs more. We need her. We need leaders. And we are bereft of them, and she is a leader.
Leaders with empathy and direction? My goodness, are you kidding me? Paul, you are a leader with empathy and direction. The work that you have done in the Australian cultural landscape has paved the way for little weirdos like me. Did you know that you were going to be someone special?
No. Yeah. Am I? I didn't get the email.
You are someone remarkably special. Are you kidding me?
I just, just tried to do what I liked and loved, and pretty much tried to stick to doing that, and things have turned out.
Where did it all start? I haven't actually seen many interviews with you, so I was particularly grateful that you would come on our show.
I'm the Judy Davis of cabaret. I don't like to do...
Hey, wait, hang on. At one point you're like...
He doesn't like to do interviews, and I'm no, it's not that I don't like to do interviews. I don't get asked all that much, I guess, because maybe I'm unhinged.
You are unhinged, but that's one of my favourite things about you.
I'm not media trained, clearly.
Well, you keep moving, so they've gotten rid of me, and it's all you now, and I love that. That's good.
How does that happen?
Because you keep moving around.
In my domestic, cramped office.
Sit still, would you? No, it's fine. You're perfect. Now, tell me, you watched the Kelly Gang.
Where are you, Johnny? I can't see you anymore.
Am I allowed back? Hello.
Oh, thank God.
You're just not allowed to move around too much.
Talk about your look. It's very subtle.
I was going for minimal, I didn't want to show off any of the guests.
Kind of minimal in that Hollywood way. Well, I started off wearing all black Edith Piaf mourning for Australia and the world, and then I decided to add some gold.
What are you in mourning about? Tell me specifically.
The way we've been treated by the Liberal government, artists.
Yeah. How are we being treated?
Well, we're insignificant. We're devalued. We make our careers, our work, our industry seems to mean very little, if nothing.
We're treated like hobbyists, aren't we?
Yeah, and then all the emphasis and all the care for sport shits me beyond words. It actually makes me really angry.
What do you think is the most important thing right now?
Washing your hands.
It's saying that this period of time should be called the hand washer's tale.
Indeed. I don't scrub them anymore, honestly.
Now, in this period of time, have you picked up any interesting hobbies? Have you found out anything about yourself?
Cooking. I'm cooking a lot, which is interesting. I cook, but not as much as I am now, which is good. I'm watching all these wonderful ABC and SBS cooking shows, and I've cooked an Irish stew because of the lovely Donald.
Donald?
Do we know who we're talking about? Donald.
I've never
He's
watched
a young lad from Ireland, and he cooks.
Yeah. Do you remember that show, The Two Fat Ladies?
Oh, yes.
I miss them. Getting around.
I know.
Do you think that they were lesbians?
I never really thought about it. I never gave it much thought.
I was talking about them one time with someone, and I realized that I'd cooked up an entire scenario which just wasn't true. That they used to be nuns and became best friends, and then discovered they were in love with each other, and then stole a motorbike and a sidecar. And I was going through this story. Someone's like, "Dude, I think you dreamt that up," and it turns out I did.
Oh, okay. Were they nuns though, or
I don't know.
True.
I think they drank too much to be nuns.
I know one died from overeating, possibly.
Oh. The one that sat in the sidecar or the one that rode the motorbike?
I think the sidecar. The one who in the motorbike, I think she ended up in the Marigold Hotel in one of those documentaries where all those British celebrities go to the Marigold Hotel in India and retire.
I think that was a real movie, though. I think that was a movie. Or did they make a documentary as well?
No, they made a documentary series of British celebrities of that age.
Only in 2019 would you find a documentary that was made about a movie.
Miriam Margulies was in it, and one of the fat ladies.
I miss those fat ladies. Paul, I want to talk to you about your relationship. So we're here reporting live from Griffin Theater. We've been given an amazing opportunity. You've done a lot of shows at Griffin, but I want to talk to you about your one-person show that you did here.
Angela's Kitchen.
Angela's Kitchen. Was it first performed here?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that show?
Griffin Theater. Griffin produced it. It was Julian Merrick's idea. Julian Merrick, Professor Julian Merrick, the great director. It was his idea that I should do a play about migration and my Maltese grandmother and my Maltese heritage. It was his idea to do the play, and he approached Griffin for some funding to do a development. Initially, I was against it because of my relationship with my grandmother and how much I missed her and how difficult for me the idea of standing on a stage talking about her. And also she hadn't passed very long before. So
where did you find the permission to tell the story? Like how did you become okay with telling that story?
I thought about the Maltese in Australia and how underrepresented we've been in Australian culture and history. And that drove me to say yes to Julian. That was the driving force, was the politics of it. The personal side of it was the most difficult thing, was talking about my grandmother and missing her. But because we were not only Maltese, but Greeks and migrants and, the wave after the Second World War that came to Australia and made this country, the great country that it is, were our ancestors and our people who came here. And I just felt they were kind of ignored. And that drove me to wanting to do the play more than anything else.
How does a young Maltese Greek, are you second generation Australian or first generation Australian?
I'm first generation.
You're first generation Australian. And you're an out gay man and a big fan of Janis Joplin. Who were the people that helped carve the way for you, or did you have to do it on your own? I bloody knew she'd be somewhere in your room. I could feel her.
She lurks.
She lurks.
I'm rereading this book from 1973.
When did you start doing that?
When I finished my Elton John biography, which I loved.
I'm glad I asked about Janis and not Elton John.
What's that?
I said, I'm glad I asked about Janis and not Elton John. Elton John's great. Janis, she's pretty special.
Well, yeah, she was a total revolutionary and is I think, undervalued as a great rock and roll pioneer, a great trailblazer. Women in rock and roll in particular. And, they always try and categorize her as blues singer, drug addict, whatever, bisexual. But the thing of the end of the day, she was the greatest female artist, performer, one of the very first great women in rock and roll.
You'd be younger than the period of time that she was successful in. How did you find her?
Well, I was 12 years old and I used to be a big Skyhooks and Susie Quatro fan when I was a kid. And I kept reading the name Janis Joplin in reference to Susie Quatro because they kept saying before Susie there was Janis Joplin. And I was like, who is this Janis Joplin? And then I started, it was interesting actually. It was first that I came across a photograph of her, an image. So it was the image of her that grabbed me more. And then later I listened to her voice. And, I was going through high school and Janis was this voice of protection, of being tough and being yourself. You know what I mean? Enduring violent bullying, listening to Janis kind of helped me get through it.
Because you found something in her that was more triumphant than you would have been able to be just on your own?
Well, look, I always had strong women in my life, in my family, which were, amazing role models, and they gave me strength, not the men. It was the women, my grandmother in particular, Angela, who I wrote Angela's Kitchen about. My mother and my aunties and even my Greek grandmother, they were all very strong, surviving women. But then I was, when I got to like 10 years old, I became very interested in music. And that's when I found all these tough, all the musicians and women were all tough women singers, like Susie Quattro with her leather. But something about Janis Joplin, to me, she was the real deal. Like she was the real thing. But the tragedy of her was that she died young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was the saddest part of her story.
Is she in the 27 Club?
Yeah.
She sings in this way, and I can see here that she's informed you where it's not like it's a voice that comes out of the soul of the universe rather than a voice that comes out of a perfect machine.
She totally drew on what she'd experienced in her life, you know, her treatment in Texas and her also as a woman, how she perceived the world and how they treated her because she wasn't conventionally beautiful and she was individualistic, and she was also ahead of her time in that Texas small town idea of, you know, hating black people and stuff. And Janis was rallied against all that stuff, and then she was punished for it, and then she was able to channel it into music.
Yeah.
And out came this extraordinary power in her voice.
Paul, I'm so sorry. I'm being given the little wrap up, but what is something that you have learned through art that you would like my generation to learn through art?
What I'd like your generation to learn through art?
Yeah, what do you see is missing? A little bit of advice from an elder.
I don't know, because the world is very different to when I started out. I mean, I'm lucky that we didn't have all this reliance on this fabulous medium that we're being able to have this interview in a COVID-19 world.
The internet's made COVID a bit better for everyone.
Well, it has. Amen. I don't know. I think I would say that try and connect in real time and in the real world.
Yeah.
And be brave to face each other. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy. It's so easy to do this. It's so easy to do this.
Yeah.
And it, for me, is a barrier.
I think
yes, it has advantages.
I think people
but it's a barrier.
People
So
are
I think-
sitting with themselves right now, and I think if we can rise.
And I think this whole virus thing is creating an opportunity for a generation that don't know about life before the device.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's forcing everybody to get to kind of explore that a bit more or something. I don't know.
Baby, I'm so sorry. I've got to move on. I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this big, glittery, silly show. Please thank Paul CAPSIS for joining us. Love you, kiddo.
Wow. Oh my gosh. He's incredible.
I love Auntie Paul
Oh,
so much.
You too. So great. Really awesome stuff. Wow. Guys, thank you for watching Don't Go to Bed. We're gonna be heading to our awesome Clementine Ford next.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I really fell into Tanya and really fell into... I'm sorry, Clem. We've left you for way too long.
But it's okay because she's had plenty of time to prepare for her awesome performance that we've really sprung on her. So should we... Let's cross to Clem and see what's going on.
Where you at, Clemmy?
Oh.
You got a fart.
Oh my gosh, there's a curtain.
Shh, I think it's starting.
Shit. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Stage, darling, it's a stage. They said it was just a stage. I can sing a song for you. There's no music to go with it.
That sounds incredible.
Wait, Clementine, are you in your shower?
Yeah. My shower.
Amazing.
My shower curtain.
I love your commitment.
I'd ordered a tinsel
shower curtain. Oh, not a shower curtain. I'd ordered a tinsel curtain, but it had not arrived by today because the postal service has collapsed under the weight of
They're absolutely overrun.
I love you so much.
Thirsty Alley, we'd
So
love
I'm
to.
in my shower, darlings. I put a plant down here to sort of give it a little ambiance.
Yeah.
And
Bit of depth.
What song are you going to be singing for us, Clemmy?
Well, there's two. I'll give you the option. I'm going to challenge you now, darling.
Oh.
Would you like a song that is full of pathos and yearning?
Nah.
Or would you like a song that is full of grit and survival?
Yeah.
Grit and survival.
Give us some grit. Want some grits.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to choose the one I was going to sing anyway, but
okay.
it seemed like
There was an option.
There was no.
Can I give you a round of applause to get you started?
yes.
Singing.
This is a song for everyone in isolation.
Oh, it's all of us.
All right.
That goes out to all of us.
Babies, this is Clementine Ford with a song for everyone in isolation.
Right, just imagine the music playing underneath this, by the way. Just clap along at home. All right. Somebody hurt me too deep. No, I've got it wrong. I've started the lyrics wrong. I'm going to start again. I'm going to hang the lyrics there so that I can look at them. Right. And by the way, anyone who thinks that I liked this song because of that Adam Driver movie, I liked it before then, even though I would climb him like a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, here we go. Hopefully the lyrics don't collapse there. All right. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive. Being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Let me be used. Vary my days. But alone is alone, not alive. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you of being alive. Make me alive. Being alive, being alive.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I have tears.
The
Literal
hairband
tears.
came off.
Whoa, that was entirely unexpected and incredible.
That was amazing. I'm crying my eyes out.
I'm going to, and I was a little concerned.
The internet didn't drop out halfway through.
Oh, have we woken your 3-year-old perhaps?
No, he's at his dad's house.
Oh, fab.
Clemmy,
Mama's partying.
I wish I could give you the biggest hug right now. That was totally unexpected, amazing.
Incredible.
Thank you for this challenge, viewers. Incredible, incredible. Clementine, I wish I would give you the world.
Yeah. I think Thirsty Alley
Thank
has
you,
a illustrious career
Sullivan
ahead.
darlings, for having me.
Oh.
Anytime.
Clem, is there anything that you need to say to the world before we say goodbye?
I just think it's important for us to, it's slightly earnest note.
We love earnest.
I was listening to Tanya before. It's extremely frustrating and upsetting when people think that the arts are meaningless and don't deserve support during this moment in time, and that artists and creators are somehow less than and should be excluded from government packages and financial support. This is the stuff, as ridiculous as it is, this is the stuff that keeps people happy
Would you say that it
Keeps
keeps
them
them
alive, baby.
Keeps them being alive, baby.
Being alive.
I never in my life thought that I would host a show with Clementine Ford on it singing "So on Time." I love you, baby. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye,
Please
thank you. Enjoy
give it
that
up.
quarantini.
Give it up for Clementine.
Bye. Bye. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a woman. I love her so much. Michaela, the people online are just going off for this. This is a Norma Desmond moment, they're saying. Clap, clap, clap. Declan is just sending clappy hands. I'm a little bit lost.
We're doing Risk It.
We're doing Risk It for the Biscuit.
Yeah.
Another Don't Go to Bed institution is Risk It for the Biscuit with Michaela Westall.
Not
I've
ready.
changed my mind. We're padding out time. The cute elevator music. Essentially, Risk It for the Biscuit is a game where we give some contestants some crazy scenarios and they have to choose whether or not they'll risk it for the biscuit. The outcomes are completely randomly generated. There is no logic. You cannot win this game by thinking too hard. You have to go with the gut to risk it for the biscuit. Over to you, Michaela.
Oh yeah. Hello, oh my gosh, I am online. Look at all these people. Oh gosh, this is incredible. Okay, hello everyone. And for those of you watching, we've made all these people mute themselves because I want to be the only one who's talking. I see a few familiar faces. I'm not going to introduce everyone because I don't know all your names, but thank you so much for joining Risk It for the Biscuit, the COVID edition. Now, the way it's gonna work is I am going to give you some scenarios that are quite particular to our time and ask you if you are going to risk it for the biscuit. If you're gonna risk it, do a thumbs up. If you're not gonna risk it, do a thumbs down. Sorry, I can't move my hands very much in this TV. And then judging by the sound effects that Johnny makes, we will know whether or not the risk paid off. If you are incorrect, you have to leave the Zoom. The last one standing wins. Are you guys ready? Yes, look at them, they're beautiful. Okay, Risk It for the Biscuit scenario 1. Something in Kmart catalogue has caught your eye. You've resisted leaving the house so far, but you can't get this thing out of your head. You know, it's not just a COVID compulsive buy, this is love. So you leave the house, arrive at Kmart, and there it is. Backlit and calling out to you, but there is a family standing in the aisle looking a little bit grey, a little bit sweaty, coughing into their hands, and the kids are touching everything. Now, you're looking at that item, you really, really want it, you've come this far. Do you hold your breath, slip past the family, and get the thing before they can? Do you risk it for the biscuit? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh, okay, we've got a few thumbs down, a couple of thumbs up, and a thumbs down. Johnny, what is the answer? That means you should risk it? And that means if you said, yes, I risk it for the biscuit, you can stay. If you did not risk it, sorry, you gotta go. Yes, great risk. Thank you guys, thank you so much. Look, it turns out that family just had a regular old cold. So, okay, all right, we're losing people, but that's cool. We've got a few people. You guys can all stay. All right. Oh, it's just me. Hello. Oh, okay. Hello, contestants. Okay, here we go. You're taking your daily sanctioned walk through the park. Oh, excuse me. It's teeming with young families, kids on bikes. They're unaware of the situation that we are living in right now. As you are about to exit the park, you get hit in the side of the head with a frisbee, right out of nowhere. And you turn around, the stars clear from your eyes, and you see a sweet, rosy-cheeked child looking at you expectantly. At your feet is their frisbee. Do you pick it up, knowing that potentially a bunch of people have touched it, and throw it back to them, but also at the same time having a connection with a stranger that you haven't had in weeks and seeing the smile of a child? Do you risk it for the biscuit? Okay, we've got 2 risks, and Patrick's not sure. Oh, okay, everybody's risking it. Okay, we need one of you to pick something different. All right. Oh, okay, we've got 2 not risks and 1 risk to you, sir, with the beautiful glasses. You risked, but the risk did not pay off. You got to get out of here. Although, technically, studies do show that kids do spread it a little bit less, but that's all right. Okay, here it is. It is a tiebreaker. All right, you are out. Oh, you want the kind cat, Johnny? Okay. All right, I'm going straight to our last option that we wrote pretty late at night. A very kind-looking cat suddenly appears in your house. You don't know where it came from. You don't know who owns it, but it seems okay. Do you let the cat do whatever it wants, knowing full well it's a pretty kind cat? Do you risk it for the biscuit? Okay, we've got one risk. Okay, I think these guys are saying, nah, they would not risk that cat. The answer is... You risked it! Yes! Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. No, I'm going to say, Connor and Ruby, you're out of here. And Patrick is the winner. Congratulations, Patrick. High five, virtual high five. It's great to see your face. Thank you for watching. I can't get my elbows up. I'm in a TV. But thank you so much for playing. Wow. That was it. Incredible game. Just want to say to you guys that the Dollar Bin Darlings do not. We don't
encourage keeping cats in general.
We don't encourage cats, and we don't encourage taking risks in this time.
Not strangers' cats.
No.
Michaela, in the interest of moving on, I'm going to move on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Look, we're in the home stretch of a 3-hour marathon, chewing up the internet like this iced Vovo that's going into my mouth. Our next guests are two parts of a very large band. I consider them dear friends, but can't remember everyone in the band's names. Fortunately, we only have Imi and Joseph, aka Mr. and Mrs. Liddy.
I think they also snuck into that Zoom.
I think they snuck in as well. And not very discreetly, Michaela.
I didn't.
Right?
Ow.
So I wanted to call them Joseph, Liddy and the Skeleton Crew, but they've gone with Mr. and Mrs. Liddy.
Cute,
Please make our next musical guests feel very welcome. Hang on, there's a lot of talking going on. Are we good to cross to them?
They're just rotating.
They're just rotating.
Okay.
They're horizontal.
Get me onto them.
Oh,
Get me onto
excuse
them.
me, sounds racy to me.
Oh.
Dude, Mr. and Mrs.
All right, I'm
Liddy
just
getting
gonna-
horizontal.
Guys, this show has gone flawlessly.
It sure has, and thank you for staying with us. We don't have much longer to go, and I know that's really sad.
Joseph and Imi, you've rotated. I don't know what that means.
They're horizontal.
This ice burger is delicious. Do you want some, Michaela?
Yeah, please. I hate all mine. Thank you so much. Oh, tastes like the real thing. Wow, Johnny, it's really incredible.
Michaela?
Yeah.
You're out of here.
What?
Let's get Joseph and Imi on.
Don't go to bed. Don't go to bed.
How are you, babies? Joseph, you look like a background on Zoom.
What I do.
You've really
You caught us just going to bed.
You've really gone all out. Hey, don't go to bed. That's the name of the show. Don't wear it out. Kiddos, what have you learned about yourself in this beautiful COVID period?
We've learned. What have we learned? What have we learned in this period?
That life's pretty boring without your friends.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah, look, it's not impossible, but I think you're both gorgeous. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Are you singing us an original or a cover?
We're playing a song from a guy named Oliver Cheatham. It's called Get Down Saturday Night. It's from about 1978 or 79, I believe. I could be wrong there, but it's about partying on a Saturday night, which none of us get to do anymore. So.
No, we're doing it right now. This is a party protest. You'll learn it from the gay community.
That's right.
It's a party protest.
It's a party protest.
And it's dedicated to our liddies.
Please welcome to the stage Mr. and Mrs. Liddy.
Get down, Saturday night, Saturday night, Everyone's busy. Don't wait for the night to begin. You work all day long. You work the things to the bone. Ready, I can't wait. And I said to walk up on the night. We go to the morning club. Go and myself to walk up on the night. Build to the I like to party. Everybody does. You can wait for the weekend over and see what you get into. You got to be down there. Even if you stay home. Make love and listen to some music. You gotta let yourself go. You work all day long. You work your things to the bone. Right there, I can't wait. Go have myself a walk. Make love to the party girl. Go have myself a walk. Will do. Go have myself a walk. Make love to the party girl. I can't wait for Saturday to begin. I can't wait for Saturday to begin. Oh, I can't wait for Saturday to begin. I can't wait for Saturday to begin. Oh, you work all day long. You work your fingers to the bone. I can't wait. I can't wait for Saturday to begin. I can't wait for Saturday to begin. That's it. That's all we got.
Imi and Joseph, thank you so much for joining us tonight. What a beautiful way to round out the show. You are actually... Oh, hello, Hand. Imi, I see big things in the future just from that brief moment looking at your palm. I know that you're set up for big things. Thank you, babies. Hey, any advice for the kids playing at home?
Go forth and multiply and love one another.
Very biblical and a little bit the Beatles. Please thank Mr. and Mrs. Liddy.
Thank you.
Babies, it's almost time for the end of the show, but we can't complete the show without thanking all of the beautiful people that have made contributions. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna go to that one. The one without vocals. We need to thank the people of Griffin Theater, Declan, Kim, Dave, Ryan, Imogen, all of our beautiful guests, BRON, BATTEN, Sarah, SNOOK, Clementine Ford, Al, GRIGG, Tanya, PLIBERSEK, Paul, CAPSIS, Hannah Reilly, Mr. and Mrs. Liddy, TYSON Co, the Huxleys, all of the Dolbin Darlings that have made this possible, Andrew Bruce, Charlie Davenport, Tom Cremond, Emma Aya Diaz, Michaela Westall gets her own round of applause, Megan Hale for making the tiny television, Meg Ashforth and Jemima for helping make the little, the introduction to the show. You're amazing. Now, the Huxleys contributed something very special, and I couldn't have said it any better myself to make this thing happen. We've got a video from them, a little thank you to you all for watching, for contributing, for making the show even remotely possible. Are we ready with that? This is a little thank you, said best, from the Huxleys.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Well, babies, that's the end of the show. That's all there is. There isn't any more. Thank you so much for joining us. What an amazing thing to fill up the internet with a show that was never meant to be on television. God bless you. I don't believe in God, but I do believe in you. Stay classy. Play some disco. Take care of your neighbor, but not with your hands. Stay inside. Wear a mask. I don't do it myself. Good night, babies.
Love you, bye.
Good night.